Why did you do it?
I'm indecisive whenever there's someone new. Can't tell if I should block them or just let them through. The moments we're together, everything is cool. But at this point in life, I don't know what to do. I gotta know when to stay and when I should go. Learned my lesson a while ago. Where I'll end up, nobody knows. Should take it slow, move with caution along this road. Could be dangerous, I don't know. But at this time, I'm just trying to pick up the vibe. I feel like it feels right this time. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, maybe I should just live my life. Let it go and enjoy the ride. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. Keep calm when the wind blows. I know everything gonna work out, so I aim up high when it feels low. I know it's hard to trust someone these days, and I know I go overboard when I think about all these things. Thoughts inside my brain, try to keep it sane. I gotta know when to stay and when I should go. Learned my lesson a while ago. Where I'll end up, nobody knows. Should take it slow, move with caution along this road. Could be dangerous, I don't know. But at this time, I'm just trying to pick up the vibe. I feel like it feels right this time. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, maybe I should just live my life. Let it go and enjoy the ride. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, I'm just trying to pick up the vibe. I feel like it feels right this time. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, maybe I should just live my life. Let it go and enjoy the ride. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, pick up the vibe. Feels right this time. I can't decide. But at this time, just live my life. Enjoy the ride. But at this time, I'm just trying to pick up the vibe. I feel like it feels right this time. Maybe not, I can't quite decide. But at this time, maybe I should just live my life. Let it go and enjoy the ride. Maybe not, I can't quite decide.
Well, 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 if it isn't the Mythicator. Just kidding. Hope your move went well there, Dallas. And yeah, no, I mean, I got what you were going for. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. No, yeah, it's all good. Hello there, Dean. Get ready for 12-hour Starforged stream. Just kidding. Imagine how much we could get done in 12 hours, though. I could maybe actually finish like a vow. That'd be crazy. It's okay to be a human full of doubt. Listen, this is the condition that we all living in, and as the world keeps spinning round and round, we just trying to fit in. But at the same time, we try to be outstanding. Hold on to our truth and hope that we stick to landing. And as we live in, our vision gets just a little bit clearer, but not clear enough. When we look in the mirror, I said, no one really knows, yeah, just where we are going. We all do our best to just keep going with the flow, yeah. Everybody knows that what we want is golden. We all do our best to just keep going with the flow, yeah. No one really knows, yeah, just where we are going. We all do our best to just keep going with the flow, yeah. Everybody knows that what we want is golden. We all do our best to just keep going with the flow, we try to plan it out. I feel like Dennis the Menace. Sometimes like all I cause is issues, and there ain't no pretending like we don't deal with the same things. I know you can relate. Focused on all our issues, like what does everyone think? We move along our day to day as everything just starts to change, so we adapt and do our best to keep it sane. I know you feeling this. We just ride the wave and go with the flow while everything changes. That's the name of the game. Yeah. But what we want is golden. We all perfectly broken. At times we feel like folded, but somehow we persevere and learn to stay afloat. And I know it ain't easy, but trust me, just believe me, we gon' be okay. We gon' be okay, because no one really knows, yeah, just where we are going. We all do our... Hello, everybody. I'm Thomas, and welcome back to another Solo Gaming Sunday this week.
Starforged edition, where we're picking up episode 2, picking up from last time, seeing what happened to Badger following our space detective Cypher. Hope everybody is doing good, having a good Sunday, first stream of the new year. So hope everybody had a good rest of their holidays and a good new year. And yeah, we're starting a bit early today. This is going to be my new starting time for solo gaming Sundays. Is a little bit earlier, but do this for a couple reasons. It works better for my schedule. It allows me to have, it's a bit earlier in the day for me, so I have more energy. I'm not as like tired as I would be like a little bit later in the day. I also know I have a fair amount of viewers across the pond, not in the US, so I think this time is a little bit more EU friendly. So yeah, but I'm excited. It feels weird streaming at this time when it's still like light out, but yeah. The Bad Spot took 3 years to make an jeez, and may have not succeeded. Oh jeez. Oh man. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday so far. I mean, it's earlier in the day, so I know it's still pretty early. Yeah, no 12-hour stream today. It's gonna be a normal like 3.5 hour stream. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's not gonna be 12 hours. But I might go a little bit longer depending on how the story's going. I'd like to wrap up this vow today, but considering last session it also got moved up a rank, it's gonna take now quite a bit longer. But I think we have a lot of the groundwork done to just start hopefully piecing together where the hell Badger is. This feels like the perfect time to stream. It's noon here. Okay, it's noon there. Okay. See, time zones are weird. So I guess, yeah, Dallas, if you're in Portland, it's probably what, like 11? No. Yeah, something like that. A little bit earlier. It's like a 3-hour difference. Is that like Pacific time? I guess noon. You're like, is that Central? I don't know time zones that way. I'm in Eastern, so I guess I'm not too familiar with time zones. But yeah, let's see. Boy, oh boy, it's been like 2 weeks since last time I streamed. Yeah. Didn't stream last week, just took the week off to relax, get recharged. What have I've been doing? I've been doing a lot. Let's see. I don't even know what to yap about first. Let's see what you talk about. Maybe I don't even know what to talk about. I feel like so I mean, last stream was the 12-hour video game marathon, which personally I had a ton of fun doing. I obviously I know this is a board game channel, but it was kind of fun taking a little bit of a detour and playing some video games for a bit. Especially Fortnite and RimWorld are two of like my favorite games to play right now. So I very much enjoyed getting to play those. And a quick update for those that caught some of that stream and caught like the RimWorld part. I played a little bit more of the world, and I have a kind of it's sad update. So the colony is still alive, but one thing I was stressing about towards the end of my RimWorld playthrough is trying to build a hospital because one of my colonists got pregnant. Didn't build the hospital in time, but they had the baby in like the rec room or whatever, but it all worked out. And the kid eventually grew up to their teenage years, which in RimWorld, a teenager can only has like certain tasks they can do around the colony. So the main things are like they can haul stuff and they can clean stuff. Great. So I was working on just expanding my colony, and I had it like I had like walls around the outside. So there's like an inside the wall area and then outside the wall area. RimWorld just loves throwing little curveballs at you. And I guess, I don't know, I was chopping trees outside my wall area, and so the kid went outside the wall to like go haul something or whatever. And I feel bad, I forget what the kid's colonist name is because I haven't played in a little bit. And apparently whatever the kid was hauling, I guess they were a teenager at this time, was near a angry grizzly bear, which prompted to attack the kid, even though the kid didn't attack the bear, but the bear attacked the kid. And since they were outside the wall, they were really far away. So by the time I could get any colonists there, the kid was dead. The bear killed them, which was sad But then not only did the bear kill the teenage colonists, it ate them. So I couldn't even give a proper funeral to the kid because the bear ate the teenager. Like, before I could even get over there, the bear killed them and then just ate them, which I didn't even know was a thing. And I was shocked. So naturally, what I did was waited till night when the bear was asleep, got all the rest of my colonists, went outside, just shot the bear, killed them. And then it's kind of the messed up part, when I brought the bear back inside, cut them up and made them into a meal, which, you know, I don't want to use the meat I have, but I think I may have done some incidental cannibalism with my colonists, because like the bear ate the kid and then I had my colonists eat the bear. So like it was kind of a weird situation, but it was sad because like I couldn't even give the teenager like a proper burial because the bear ate them. But I at least, you know, killed the bear, made the bear into a meal, and ate the bear. So like I guess we got the last laugh, but it was tragic. And I was like, man, I've you know, I played RimWorld for a while. I don't think I've ever had a bear eat somebody before. It was just, it all happened so fast that like I couldn't even react. So ridiculous. That's RimWorld for you. But I haven't played too much. I played like a little bit like the day after, 2 days after, but I haven't played since. So I'll play every now and again, keep y'all updated. But the circle of life, yeah, it kind of is, but in a very messed up way. But yeah, that's my update on that RimWorld. I don't know, I've still been playing Fortnite every now and again, trying to grind up my rank in the ballistic mode and the unranked mode. Very fun, very fun. Let's see, new year, new me. One thing I'm trying to do this year is be better about logging my board game plays. So there's a great little app, BG Stats, that some of you have probably heard of, and if you haven't, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a little app for your phone that allows you to just track your board game plays, and you can like import your collection from Board Game Geek. I use it off and on, but I'm really going to try this year to track at least playing just board games. I'm not going to track solitaire or RPG games, and I'm only going to track games like in my collection, just because that's mostly what I play. So we go through some of the games I've been playing this year. I busted out Turing Machine. I've been on a little bit of a Turing Machine kick, so I got it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games of Turing Machine in so far this year. I played a game of Search for UAPs because I hadn't played that in a while, and I was like, well, if I'm already playing some Turing Machine, you know, deduction, I was like, I want my bust back out Search for UAPs, which was fun. I lost barely by like 2 or 3 points, but it sucked because I got to the end and I hadn't played it in a bit, so I clearly was missing something, but I got to the point where it's like, okay, you're trying to find where the UAP is, and I had it down to 1 of 2 spots, and I didn't know which was which. I was like, in my mind and what the clues I had, it could have been in either spot, and I could not figure out how to narrow it down without just blindly guessing, is it here? But to guess the UAP, it takes a lot of time, which time is like you got to keep track of your time in that game because it's like how your actions are spent. And I didn't know what to do, so I guessed one of the 2 spots. I was wrong. I got it on the second go, but then the AI got it the turn after me, and then they beat me by like 3 points or something. So that was my UAP playthrough. I played some Coffee Roasters, busted that back out. I haven't played that. I did like the little, what do they call it, the roasting challenge, which I did pretty good. I got a 37 total. So like I started out with like a beginner, and then went up to advanced, and then like an expert level for the third roast. That's a game I quite enjoy. I you know, it's a bag building game, pretty chill. It's gonna maybe make a return to the channel sometime soon. But then, man, the highlight of games I've played recently is I have a shelf of shame of games that are on my shelf that I have yet to play. I think pretty much every single one of them are not solo games. I think pretty much every game that it can be played solo, I have played, but there's a good amount that aren't solo and that are a bit tougher to get to the table because I need to drag other people into it, and it's always tough when I haven't played a game before, so it's like, oh, this is gonna be a bit of a rough teach and a first playthrough because I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. But one game I've had on my shelf for like a year probably and haven't played was Bonanza. Last year I got the 25th anniversary edition of Bonanza, made by the one and only Uwe Rosenberg, who's made many other games. And I finally got a chance to play it. I brought it to a friend's place over the weekend, where we were hanging out and playing some games. We played Moonrakers, which I played for the first time. Deck building space game, very fun. It was my first time playing that. And Moonrakers was, yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the deck building of it. I liked that it was like semi co-op, because like you're all working against each other, trying to be the first to get like 10 prestige points, but a lot of the missions you cannot do on your own, so you kind of need to get other people's help, and there was some negotiation going on, so I thought it was pretty cool. I think my one complaint was it felt a little long, but that also could have been because I was new to it, and one of my other friends that was playing was also new to it, so I think that might have just made it a little bit longer, but it also kind of speeds up towards the end, which is kind of just, I guess, how it works, because as you get better cars, then you could do higher prestige missions and do stuff on your own more. I like the whole objective system. I thought it was really cool. It's one I want to definitely give a try to at another point. But then after that, we played Bonanza, which, man, oh man, oh man, I was blown away with Bonanza. That was probably the most I've like laughed and like shouted, but in a good way, when playing like a card game in a long time. We played 2 games of it. For those that don't know, Bonanza is made by Uwe Rosenberg. It's a card game where you're planting, trading, and selling beans. It's like a hand management set collection type game, but it's got a couple things that's really unique about it. One of the main things is you get a hand of cards, like 5 to start, and your hand size, your hand order is fixed. You cannot rearrange the cards in your hands at any point. And on your turn, you always have to play like the very front card in your hand. You have to plant it in one of your 2 fields. And then you can optionally plant another one, and then you turn some cards over from the deck, and then you trade those along with any other cards in your hands. And it was so fun. The trading and negotiation aspect of it was an absolute blast. And the one thing I'd heard about it, and I definitely agree, is like there's really no downtime to the game, because even like you do your turn and the turns are fairly quick, and then when it's not your turn, you're focused on like the main part of each person's turn is the trading aspect, so you're pretty much always involved in everybody's turn, and it really felt like there was very little downtime. It was very, I don't know, I also played it with a good group of people that I think definitely helped. And yeah, the initial teach was it's a pretty simple game, but I maybe didn't explain it the best at first because, like I said, I hadn't played it. But we played one game and it ended with a tie. The tiebreakers, like whoever's the farthest from the starting player, and then we played another game, and that one went a bit quicker, and we had like all had a hang of it by that time. And that second game ended in a 3-way tie, and it was also the tiebreakers, like whoever's the farthest away from the starting player. So I didn't win either, but I tied for first in the second game. But regardless, like I was so impressed with the game. I'm kind of bummed it took me a year, if not longer, to actually play it. And I think it's one that I'm definitely very eager to play more of, especially like I want to try it with more people and see how different groups what they think of it. So Bonanza was super fun. But yeah, I played that over the weekend. What else is new? Not too much else. I've just been busy with work and doing other stuff, living life. Yeah, last week so besides me doing my solo gaming Sundays now a little bit earlier in the day, the other kind of scheduling change I made for this year, which we'll see, all my schedule changes are kind of tentative, stuff might change depending on how it actually works and how I feel about it, but is that I'm doing 2 videos a week instead of 1. But I'm doing them slightly like shorter than I normally would. So before, my videos would range from, I don't know, anywhere from 15 minutes to like an hour. Some of them can be pretty long, but this year I'm trying to do 2 videos a week, but them to be shorter, like 25 minutes, like max. And yeah, so the first 2 videos I did last week were my first 2 episodes of the Starforged series. So I did like an episode 0 where I had kind of gone over the character and the setting for this, and then episode 1 where I actually started playing, which is where we're going to be picking up today. Which I was super happy with how those episodes went. I mean, episode 0 was just me kind of going over stuff, and episode 1 was kind of just finally getting into it. But I think this seems like a very fun character. Like playing a space detective just seems like it can lead to a lot of like fun vows and stuff like that. So I was pretty happy with how episode 1 went. I'm curious to see how today goes, but trying to find Badger is going to be a lot more tough. But I feel like, I mean, I can even show you, but like after I recorded the last episode, I literally like got out my iPad and went on and like did a whole like list of like trying to figure out like writing. I'm like, okay, where could Badger be? Like writing down options. I'm like, okay, if he's working with the wreckers, maybe he's not working with the wreckers, all this other stuff. So I'm having fun with it, but we'll see, you know, how this goes. But yeah, that's I'm gonna be also doing like 2 playthrough series. So this is one. My other one I'll be doing in like 2 weeks. And it's gonna be some board game playthrough series, which I haven't fully decided what I'm doing yet. And maybe y'all in chat could help me maybe decide a little bit. I might also do like a poll in my Discord. That's kind of what I did for this Starforged playthrough, like helping decide my character concept. But I don't know what I want to do for it, because the issue is like I have some ideas for like board game playthrough ideas, but I also need to like, since I'm doing my videos a bit shorter, they need to be able to fit either into a 25-minute video or be able to like split into like a 50-minute video. So like one idea is like returning to Arkham Horror, the card game, which is definitely, yeah, I could play individual scenarios, but those would be like definitely not in a 25-minute video. I'd have to split them up like one scenario every 2 videos, which that would be fine. Another idea was like playing Bullet Heart, where I try to beat all the bosses with just one character. Could be pretty fun. Those I could fit into a video. Along the similar lines, like maybe playing Gaia Project with each faction. I think that would have to be split into like 2 videos. Maybe returning to Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. Maybe that, but I wasn't too crazy about Gloomhaven. For Northwood, doing the Quiet Year kind of campaign, I think that could work well. Jump Drive, doing the solo campaigns. I love Jump Drive, so I'm always down to play more of that. Sky Team, playing that solo through all the airports, I think could be a fun one. And Twilight Inscription, playing with each faction. Those are my current kind of ideas that I'm deciding between. I don't know which one I want to do, but if you all have any opinions, let me know. I might also like post a poll in my Discord to kind of help me decide, because I'm kind of, I really could go with a bunch, any of those. That's kind of what I've narrowed it down to. So who knows? My suggestion for Badger is a classic one. If the drama stops, a man walks in with a gun. Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I mean, I feel like right now we have, like I said, I have like a list going with like, I think a lot of options of where he could be. And we'll get into Starforged here in a second, but I think my first plan is going to be hacking into or breaking into like the dock and trying to check their cameras, because I want to know, did Badger enter his ship? Did he enter it alone? Those 2 questions will help me narrow down a ton of where he could be and what he's up to, because I'm like, yeah, well, I'll get into some of my other options, but yeah. So other second playthrough series starting later this month. Some board game playthrough, I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna decide on that. I have to decide on that pretty quick, because I'm gonna be recording them. I do my recordings on Sunday, so I'm gonna be recording them next week, so I gotta figure out this week. That's that. I'm trying to think. I haven't really been playing much else. Haven't been oh, so speaking of Starforged, the Solo Role Players podcast with PJ Sack, who I've been on their podcast as a guest, to be as an interviewee before, and also PJ is who I played my Fallout collab with Kenny and Jared. He recently started playing Starforged. He did his like first time playthrough, so I definitely recommend giving that a listen. If you haven't listened to the Solo Role Players podcast, you should, because it's great, and not just because I was a guest on one of the episodes. But he also does this like Wasteland Story podcast. He does great podcasts, so if you're a solo RPGer, definitely recommend giving him a listen. But yeah, I listened to that the other day. That was quite good. What else have I been listening to or watching? I haven't been listening to too many other podcasts. I've been listening through on Audible, the Lord of the Rings. No, yeah, the first Lord of the Rings book. which I'm getting pretty far through. Let me see how far I am. I am almost through the first. So I'm right now I'm listening / reading The Fellowship of the Ring, and it's like split up into 2 books, I guess, even though it's 1 book, but it's split up into 2 books. I'm almost done with the first book. I'm on like chapter 11 right now. So like almost halfway through it. I'm very much enjoying it. I think I talked about this a bit on my 12-hour stream, but I read The Hobbit a while back, and I went through and watched all 3 Hobbit movies, the extended versions of each. Which I'm glad I did, but man, 9 hours of movie for like a pretty small book that's like basically a kid's book. It was kind of a lot. It felt like a little too much, but I enjoyed them. Not all equally. I think the first was the best. The second one was all right. The last one I was really checking out on that one. I was like, they're losing me, man. They're losing me. It was like the Battle of the 5 Armies or whatever, which, yeah, it was just I chose to watch the extended cut, but I knew I was like, I want to watch the extended cut because then I don't know if I'm going to watch them again. So why not watch the longer version and see what's what? I don't think it was that much longer. It was like maybe 10 or 15 minutes longer each movie. So it wasn't like a crazy difference, but yeah, I'm glad I watched them. I really liked the first one. The second one was pretty all right. And then the third one was, I was not feeling it, but I'm glad I watched them. But I definitely see what a lot of people's complaints with. It's just really long. There was also just a lot of stuff in the movies that weren't in the book. But also like some stuff I kind of like because I don't know, as someone who's now reading / listening to this, it's a Lord of the Rings, like it's kind of neat how they tie in some of the stuff. Like, I don't know, like in the movie, minor spoiler, but like at the end of the Hobbit movie, Legolas is in it, which he's not in the book, I don't think at all. And he at the end they're like he was like talking to his dad or whatever, and his dad's like, you should go find Strider, and lo and behold, you know, Frodo runs into Strider and whatever the name of the place they're in, I forget but the Prancing Pony at that inn. So I was like, oh, you know, I recognize that. So I don't know. I see why people didn't like all of like the tie-ins, but I don't know. I think some of them are fine. I didn't like the love story. There's some other stuff that just was, they dragged on way too much, but they should have stuck to Smaug. What do you mean they should have stuck to Smaug? I thought Smaug was really well. That was like maybe one of my favorite parts. Like I liked the first movie the best, I think, of the 3, but I really liked Smaug, like his character and how they just showed him in the movie. Like I thought he was pretty badass, but I could see some people were upset because I was reading online like what people thought of the movies after, and I could see why. Like I'm not gonna try to spoil anything, but like what happens with Smaug at the beginning of the 3rd movie, which like that's kind of how it happens in the book, but it's just unfortunate that they paced it out where like Smaug going down to the village happens at the beginning of the 3rd movie. Like it really should have happened like at the end of the 2nd movie. Like it was kind of weirdly placed because I don't know. But yeah, the whole 3rd movie, there was just so much like CGI fighting that I was so checked out for. By the end of it, I was like, all right, let's move on with this. But once again, I'm glad I watched them. Who knows if I'll watch them again, but I'm really enjoying The Lord of the Rings so far. I'm like halfway through the first book. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been. And then the only show I've been watching recently is I'm still watching through House MD, the Doctor. Not like the Doctor, like Doctor Who, but you know, the medical house. And it's very, very fun to watch. I think I'm on like season 5. There's only 8 seasons, so I'm cruising through them, even though they're kind of long episodes. They're like 45 minutes, which I guess isn't that long, but I've only been watching like anime recently. What's nice about anime is most of the episodes are like 20 minutes, like 22, 23 minutes. So, the House is very fun to watch. I very much am enjoying the characters and the story, like lines of everybody, and I'm curious to see how it ends. But most of the episodes are good, but some of them are really good. Like they do like some crazy episodes every now and again. Like there was one at the start of season 5 that was pretty out there, and I think this finale of season 4 was wild. So I've been really enjoying those. That's what I've been watching, and still just I've been watching a lot of, I don't know, I still watch a lot of Twitch and YouTube. I watch Twitch and YouTube like every day. I'm watching like streamers while I work, or just have them on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. So I'm trying to get nothing crazy's been going on Twitch that I can think. I don't know. Nothing sticks out in my mind. I was like, oh, I gotta talk about that. Yeah, I don't know, but fun stuff. Still watching, I don't know, Squeaks and Valkyrae is a big YouTuber that recently has her YouTube contract. She had a contract with YouTube that recently ended, and she's now on Twitch. So that was pretty big news. Germa streamed the other day. He's one of my favorite streamers who doesn't stream super often, but he streamed Marvel Rivals. I tried Marvel Rivals a bit. I tried it a while back, and I played a little bit more this last weekend. It's pretty fun. It's like a hero shooter for free on Steam. Very fun. Kind of like an Overwatch clone if you played Overwatch. Not clone, but like that style game. Pretty fun. I like playing support, so I've been pretty much only playing Mantis. Is like there's a couple of support characters, but like Mantis I'm just learning the game, so I'm just gonna stick with one character so I feel more comfortable with the game, and then I'll try to like branch out a little bit more into other characters. But yeah, Mantis is pretty fun, and I enjoy Marvel Rivals so far. That's the main things I've been playing. Played for solitaire wise, I've been playing Foursquare recently because I got a video coming up this week on that. So it's the last game of the Ice Luda collection that I'll be covering on the channel. Well, at least that I haven't covered yet. AGDQ. AGDQ. What is AG? Is that like something games done quick? What is that? Has that been going on? Is that what that is? Awesome games done quick? I forget. But, oh, that reminds me that so I went out for New Year's with one of my buddies, and we went to this one bar that's like it is a bar, but it's also like a PC like cafe type area where you could like, they have like an area with like computers that you can rent and like play for a while. And we went there for like drinks at one point, and just like to grab some food because they have really good food. And it's so weird that it's like going to a bar. It's a pretty small bar, pretty chill, and they have like TVs in the background. It is awesome games done quick. Okay, that's what I thought. I forgot what it stood for, but they have TVs in the background. They got Twitch on at a bar, and I think AGDQ is one thing they had on one monitor. I think on another monitor they had this one streamer Soda Poppin', who's like a pretty big like World of Warcraft streamer, who apparently there's been drama that he's played hardcore WoW, and recently, like while I think before the New Year's, died, even though he's like the guild leader, and so he's been having to re-level. So like it was kind of weird walking into a bar and seeing like speedrunners on one screen and like Soda Poppin' playing World of Warcraft on another. It's a pretty chill bar. That's my kind of bar. Even though I'm not big on bars, but I was like, the place is a vibe. They had a guy playing the piano while playing Super Mario. Was the piano controlling it, or was that just two separate things? That's impressive. I like, there's some, yeah. Speedruns are fun to watch. I know a while back when this one streamer, Ludwig, did a stream called Fast 50, where he had a lot of like speedrunners on doing like crazy speedruns. Some of the stuff people can do is just crazy. Like not only just speedrunning games, like speedrunning them blindfolded, or speedrunning them with like all these crazy conditions. So that sounds like cool. That sounds like fun though. But yeah, that's all that's new with me. I've been playing lots of games. I haven't been playing that many, but that's what I've been playing and watching and doing. So yeah. I guess we can kind of start getting a little bit into some Starforged. I've been yapping for like a half hour. Two separate things. Okay, that's even more impressive. If it was like the piano controlling Mario, that would be one thing, but like that's even more impressive then. Okay, so let's hop into our story with Cypher the Space Detective. I want to find out what happened to Badger. So I've already done 2 episodes. Technically, I've only done really 1. Episode 0 was just kind of going over the setting. So I'm not going to go too in depth into like what's already happened, but I'll give a brief overview if somebody's watching live and hasn't seen those. But if you're watching this in the future, you should go back and watch those other episodes. You'll have a bit more context of what the heck's going on. So this playthrough is following Cypher, the space detective. Her assets include the sleuth path, the infiltrator path, the scoundrel path. She has a background vow of finding out the meaning of visions that she has. So she kind of, she has like vague visions of the returning entity that wiped out their people from the previous home. They seem to return. The return seems to be caused by some failure of leadership. I haven't really done anything with that. And I have a starting connection with this person named Zephyr, who is on Freya, which is where Cypher is from. Freya is this orbital settlement that has tens of thousands of people. They deal with warfare and manufacturing. They got beautiful architecture. They got an inn there. But Zephyr specifically is a aged, kind of hostile guy, but he's the lead pilot of the Transportation Guild on Freya. Has an only son named Badger that works as a pilot under Zephyr. And lo and behold, this Badger went to Pinnacle, which is down here, just an orbital space settlement, or a deep space settlement, for a pretty routine delivery of medical supplies and hasn't returned. So I got tasked with going to find Badger, and that's what last episode was about. So I first went to the dock worker on Pinnacle, whose name is Mongoose. Pretty unfriendly guy, not super helpful. Basically told me that they had seen Badger. He did arrive, and his ship is no longer here. Those are the pieces of info I got from him, which is good. I wanted to know, okay, did Badger even get to Pinnacle? Yes, he did. Great. His ship is no longer there. Supposedly he's not there, but we got a lot of options. You know, Mongoose could be lying to me, and that the ship is there and they're just hiding it, or maybe something else. Maybe the ship's gone, but Badger's still on Pinnacle and someone else took Badger's ship. Like, there's a lot of options I think still going on. So I was like, okay, let me go to like the medical facility, like the pharmacy that Badger would have been bringing the supplies to, and see if he made it there and see if they knew anybody. So I go to like the pharmacy hospital area, talk to the secretary named Brick, who is like a large, the first look was just large, so I imagine it was a bit of a larger person, but they were cooperative and basically told me that Badger had been seen there, but when he was there, and they've seen him a couple times, so they know each other pretty well. The Badger was there, but he seemed like he was in a hurry and seemed stressed, so something seemed off. But I asked if Brick knew where Badger was going after this, like if he was going anywhere else, and Brick's like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, great. And while I was talking with Brick, I rolled on the Mythic and got a random event for overthrow goals. And we'll kind of circle back to that because I didn't figure that out before, but we need to kind of figure out what's going on with that. So once I go through the whole explanation, we'll figure that out and then kind of hop into it. Hello there, Sarah Boris. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, I guess last stream we hit our follow goal. I think it auto upped itself. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I do stream on both Twitch and YouTube, so if you like watching on YouTube, I also have a whole backlog of stuff. So you can do !YouTube for. I'll do !YouTube. Boom. There's my YouTube channel if you want to check out some of my other stuff. But welcome on in. So Brick wasn't very helpful, but Brick did also say that there is a bar on this settlement of Pinnacle that they frequent and that Badger sometimes goes to whenever he makes a stop here on Pinnacle. So he's like, Brick's like, go check out there. Maybe you can get some info. And I'm like, okay. So I go to the bar and talk with a bartender named Vertigo, who is haggard looking, and they have a disposition of hostile, which is not very good. They're a bartender at the bar's name is the Drunk Boot, which I love that name. And I talk with them and get like no info. They, I think, had seen Badger, but then didn't. I asked like if they were being followed. They said no. And I think that was really the only good piece of information I got. But along the way, something happened where I must have asked the wrong question, and there's a deeper conspiracy. So I think what I asked that triggered like the miss with a match was like, well, I was doing that for the initial gather information, which says like a dire threat reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest. Is that I think the question after that was like, does this involve the Wreckers? Which I rolled up a couple of factions. Wreckers of the Internal Circle are like a raider faction that I have said are probably pretty active on Pinnacle. I'm like, would they have any reason to target someone delivering medical supplies? And Vertigo's like, yeah. That was like the only good bit of information I got from them. Besides that, I got kind of, that was it. But like I said, I think that still leaves like a lot of options available. And I kind of wrote down some. I should note also, I realized when I was watching back the last episode that I had rolled 2 misses where I was supposed to pay the price. And I did have like not bad stuff happen, but like, I don't know, I kind of dealt with it a little negatively with like how my answers were given, but I also should have done something else, I felt like. So I did bump down my momentum by 1 and my spirit down by 1 for each of those misses on those gather information. So that's why the last 2 things in chat was me doing that. Maybe roll a faction for the remote event. We could do that. So the thing to keep in mind is, I think someone just earlier today, was it Ina, made a comment on the video about let me see, hold on. Someone made a good Ina, made a comment about what the remote event could be. I'm just gonna read their comment, but we don't have to go with it. Remote event is sci-fi setting to me sounds like overhearing a news broadcast while talking to the assistant secretary. The news could be increased tension between factions over the territory or control of the settlement. Maybe it's connected to Badger's disappearance, maybe not. It certainly supports the idea of a deeper conspiracy in the settlement. Maybe Badger was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think that's pretty interesting. So I think maybe we can kind of combine what you said, that was like roll for random faction. I gotta think, and maybe I mean, it's a remote event. Do I need to know about it is the thing. Like it could be something like I overhear something, or maybe it's just stuff's happening unbeknownst to Cypher. So who knows, right? Came across your stream. I gotta say, I'm really impressed by your content. Well, thank you, Sarah. How did you find my stream? Was it just the tabletop RPG category? I'm curious because I don't know how active that category is on Twitch. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna roll. I got 3 factions here. Got the Accord of the Elder Sentinels, which I imagine is a pretty neutral faction that deals with like looking for ancient artifacts and kind of dealing with the more magical side of like whatever is out there. There's not, magic isn't too prevalent in this setting, but it is with like more ancient stuff. There's the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers, which they're a more friendly faction to protect the Forge from any alien life forms. And then we got the Wreckers of the Internal Circle, which is the faction that's like a more raider faction. So maybe I'll just roll a D3. Let's see what faction we get. 2. Oh boy. So it's the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers is something that is the issue here. And just a reminder, the remote event was overthrow goals. Okay, so what if it was like maybe the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers? Like I said, they're a more friendly faction. They're set up just to kind of protect against alien life forms. What if they had like a outpost or a they're active on Pinnacle, and maybe they recently got overthrown, and maybe that's what I was hearing about. Is as I was in the hospital talking to the secretary, there was like a radio or TV station that had like local news of the space station going on, and maybe they're recently talking about how the local what do you call it, like the local organization of the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers on Pinnacle has been recently overthrown. Could be something. I kind of like that. Could it be the Wreckers? Could Badger be involved? I think that's a decent thing to go off of. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to directly affect what we're doing, but I also don't think it has to. I think that means that like maybe Pinnacle then could be a spot where more aliens pop up or whatever weird life forms start popping up. And maybe that could start tying into my background vow. Because my whole vow is like, I have visions of this alien entity coming to wipe out the Forge, and it's all because of some failure of leadership. And I think if these cursed watchers are supposed to be watching out for these life forms and they get overthrown at Pinnacle, like that could be part of my vision too. So I kind of like that idea, even though it's not directly maybe related to Badger. Maybe it is. I don't think it would be if that's what we go with, but I'm kind of feeling that feels like a good option. So I might go with that. I'll think on that for a hot second as I get a quick sip of water. I kind of like it. I think I'll go with it. Oh, that's a good. So, medical supplies. Someone interferes. As in, someone interferes to like help the aliens. Okay, well that's interesting because I was gonna say like, okay, so let's say we go with this idea that the news and overthrow goals is something about cursed watchers getting overthrown, something happening to them on Pinnacle. In my mind, I was thinking it was something like the Wreckers were doing it, but I also really like your idea that, you know, maybe there was an alien creature, whatever, that has broken out or broken into Pinnacle and or maybe it was like an inside job. Maybe the Wreckers set loose a creature that wiped them out and that they're working with. Or maybe it's not the Wreckers at all. I don't want to make them like the big bad, but also like, I don't know. They're kind of my main enemy faction, hostile faction right now. So I don't know. I think that could be. Yeah, I mean, Pinnacle, their whole settlement projects are medical and expansion. So I do feel like they're like, there's hundreds of people, so it's not a huge settlement either, but there's no authority. It's lawless out here. And so I think like, while they do probably deal with actual medical supplies, I also think since it's lawless, a lot of like, that's why I think the Wreckers are here, and that there's probably a lot of like drugs and drug dealing maybe going on also on the side of like people siphoning off medical supplies to do some non-medical stuff with it. Who knows? Okay. So I need to be better about, I should have probably split up the last episode into like a couple of scenes. So I'm just going to have scene 1 be the initial investigation. I think, you know, we could still come back to that overthrow goals. I think regardless, I still am going to make a new scene for break into dock area to look at records / video of Badger's ship. I think that's still what I want my next course of action to be. But yeah, based on everything that's happened so far, here were the options I wrote down of what I think could have happened to Badger, which I think there's a lot. I think Badger maybe did arrive on Pinnacle. We know that. Okay. I also, maybe this is just like a me thing, but at this point, who can I trust, right? I'm like a detective. I think, you know, if the Wreckers are involved, maybe that bartender is working with the Wreckers. Maybe Brick. Anybody could be lying to me at any given point. So like, Badger arriving on Pinnacle, I want to say is true. The only way it's not true is if, for some reason, the dock worker and Brick both lied to me, which is possible, but I don't think is the case. So let's say Badger did arrive on Pinnacle. Is Badger's ship no longer there? The only person that told us is Mongoose, who I have very high suspicion that they are working with the Wreckers and are not in our best interest. So that's why I'm about to break into their place. So then what happened to Badger? My options are either They left Pinnacle and made an unexpected stop, and then something happened there. Could be. Maybe Badger was killed and someone took / hid his ship. Maybe Badger is still on Pinnacle and someone stole his ship. Maybe Badger is secretly working with the Wreckers. That could be a whole thing. And then maybe if he's secretly working with the Wreckers, maybe he got sent off on another job. Maybe he got in too deep working with this Raider faction and then they held him at gunpoint to go take them somewhere else. Maybe he's not working with the Wreckers and some of those other things still apply. So mostly it's just fun to have a xenomorph on the loose. Oh boy. Yeah, that sounds like a great time for me. That also, I think that would be fun. That it's like, not only am I trying to break into this dock working area, but I have to also avoid an alien in the process. That could be fun. Yeah, okay. I like it. So we'll say, so I left the Drunk Boot. Wait, that was the name of the place, right? The Drunk Boot. Maybe they have places, they have rooms there. So I imagine Cypher got a room and she just to hang out for the night, and also just to like, she probably also has like a pad and paper and she's like writing down like what she thinks could be going on, and also maybe waiting for it to get a little bit later so that it would be a better time, a less busy time to go down to the dock and try to break in. So yeah, I do like the idea that, well, we can maybe, so if there's an alien on the loose, there's a couple oracles we can roll on for creature to get some like descriptions. So we'll say it's an interior creature. So what kind of, so yeah, let's lock in that the remote event that we heard when we were talking to Brick in the hospital / pharmacy areas, that we overheard a broadcast about the cursed watchers on Pinnacle have reported that an alien is on the loose. And it is, let's see, an avian / winged creature. I'm scared to roll up scale. Okay, it's a small, like dog-sized avian winged creature. That has claws or talons. Let's go with a creature aspect maybe. And it can teleport. Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't have rolled that. Okay. So we got a teleporting hawk. Or yeah, avian / wing. So it's like a bird, a big old bird. And claws, it just checks out. So it's just a space hawk. I'm gonna call it Hawk Tua. No, I'm just joking. Okay, and it can apparently teleport. That's fun. So maybe like right as someone tries to attack, it just teleports away. Okay, cool. Love that for us. So that's somewhere loose on Pinnacle, so I'm going to have to avoid that. So I'm gonna start up a new scene. Scene 2 is my goal is that the expected outcome for the scene is I'm going to make my way down to the dock, break in to grab, look at the records or / video of Badger's ship. I think the chaos factor of last scene stuff was not in my control for the most part, so the chaos factor goes up. And then I'm gonna roll a scene alteration to see if that expected scene goes like I want. And if there's like if we get, I mean, it depends on what it is, but if like it gets interrupted, I think it's a good chance this space bird is gonna be the one that's interrupting us, and we might have to do like a bit of quick combat. I think that's good. That's good. Scene proceeds normally. Okay. Could also just do a straight shadow check, shadow move, just to try to stealthily move towards, because I don't think exploration is not what we're going to be using at all. Combat we might need soon. Quest moves, no. Okay, so I imagine maybe, yeah, I might just do like I need to start securing an advantage more. I didn't do that at all last episode, and I was really regretting doing it. So what I might do is You're an advantage. Probably using my wits because I want to. I'm probably gonna do two things, but I think they both require wits, and that essentially I want to. I imagine I have like some sort of like personal computer, or maybe there's like a computer in my hotel. Like I don't know, some way I could look up some data, and essentially I want to see if I can find info on the bird, so I know kind of what to look out for, maybe a bit more info about it. And then also try to get an idea of like what time during the day I should go to this dock that I would have the best chance of getting in there without being seen too much. So I'm gonna do a bit of Googling, space Googling, and see if I can prepare myself. I guess I could do like shadow. No, well, yeah, I'm gonna do wits. I think that makes the most sense. Or face danger. Ooh, that might, I haven't done that much, have I? I should maybe do that for like my getting down to the, dude, what are these rolls? I don't have any momentum. Onimus, you fail or your assumptions betray you. Pay the price. Okay, so all I'm doing is sitting in a hotel room on my phone or whatever and just trying to get some info. You fail or your assumptions betray you. I mean, I think since I'm literally just in my hotel room, I mean, I can maybe make it more exciting, but I think I could just maybe take a -1 momentum that I just literally find nothing. That would help me. It's maybe not the most exciting, but I think that's kind of, pay the price as an oracle. It does. I'm not a huge fan of that oracle, if I'm being honest. Maybe I could give it a go, but I mean, the first thing pay the price says is just go with whatever makes the most sense, which, like, if I'm just looking up info, I think it's just I don't find the info. Where the hell is, I probably just went by it, didn't I? Where's pay the price? Is that fate move? That's a fate move. Pay the price. We could still roll it just to see, just to see your equipment or vehicle malfunction. Oh, okay. So we'll say I did have a personal, like a phone. Let's just say it's a phone. I got a space iPhone here, and I'm gonna still take -1 momentum. That whatever happens, or you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just minus my supply, as this is like my main form of communication and looking up information, and something happened to it that it got a little messed up. I don't know, maybe I like sat on it by accident. That's not the most exciting, but I don't know. We'll go with that, sure. So I no longer have a cell phone. I gotta get that fixed. I gotta go to the cell phone repair place here on Pinnacle, but I'll worry about that later. For now, let's do, yeah, face danger. I like that. I'm gonna use face danger plus shadow. I want to try to secure an advantage again, but since I just tried and failed, I think I'm just gonna go with face danger plus shadow and do this as my way of sneaking to the dock area to hopefully not be seen, and also not be seen by whatever the teleporting hawk on the loose is. So let's see what happens here. Sure, this is gonna go great. It's a strong hit. I think that's the first strong hit of the game. My God. Okay. So one thing I'm good at, I have a 3 in shadow. So thankfully I am super stealthy. I kind of open the door out of my room, looking both ways down the hall. I don't see any teleporting hawk on the loose. Looks pretty clear. So I start making my way towards the dock, kind of casually peek in, not seeing too many workers there. I'm gonna try to secure an advantage again. Now that I've made it to the dock, I've avoided, you know, the bulk of people in the hallway. I've made it to the dock. I wanted to try to secure an advantage again to see, kind of just observe like who's working, where they're moving, try to figure out where like the computer might be that I need access to. Hello there, Lord Jesus Crust, the classic pineapple on pizza. Hope you're doing good. Bird chaos might be to your advantage. That's true. Can I get a +1, you think, on my secure an advantage then? Maybe I could. Maybe there's like less people here on the dock because of what's going on. I don't know. That seems legit. I can go with that. How's it gaming? Oh, we're gaming. We're trying to solve a mystery of the missing badger, not the animal. That's just their call sign. We got a hawk on the loose, trying to break into a dock. You know, it's a typical day. I broke my cell phone. It's been we're out here living in space. Did some house cleaning today. Now I'm chilling. That's a vibe. I feel like that's a good Sunday activity, is like doing cleaning. I do a lot of like chores on Sunday as well, and errands, stuff like that. Yeah, you know what? I'll give myself +1 for, well, I don't know. Maybe when I don't know. I'm just gonna roll plus shadow. I'll just roll plus shadow, but we'll see what happens. Maybe if this +1 makes a difference, I'm gonna be mad. A strong hit. Oh my god. Oh my god. +2 momentum. We got some momentum going finally. RNGesus smiles upon me. And I get to add +1 on my next move. Okay, so rip my cell phone. Hopefully we're built different. My cell phone, there's probably a cell phone repair place on Pinnacle. Actually, there's probably not. I probably need to go back to Freya for that, which sucks. My supply is getting low. I'm in good health though. My spirit's a little lacking because I encountered some not super nice people, but whatever. So I've at the dock. I've kind of snuck into like a dark corner of the dock, and I'm just kind of observing, watching, seeing who's working, kind of what they're doing, trying to find like where there could be a gap that I could sneak into the back office and try to hack into the computer. And I get some good info, and I think I'm just going to go for it. Do I need to probably... I think, would it be gather info? I think it could be face danger to go into the office. And I'm already in the dock. I think with that secure advantage, I can probably slip into the office. I just need to get into their computer and find what I'm looking for. So I think that's probably gather information. But then I can add +1 to this because of my secure an advantage. Oh boy, I'm scared. I'm scared to roll this, but let's see. Can I get some info, please? That's a 6, right? Challenge dice, thank God. Whew, okay. Strong hit. You discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or the action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, then take +2 momentum. Okay. So we made it into the office. I found the gap and like where the workers are going. I find the computer. I'm pretty good with hacking, so I hack into the mainframe and start kind of scanning through the video files, trying to find. They maybe even have I could search by ship number, and I search up Badger's ship, and I find the video. So I'm gonna go ahead, and regardless of what the video is, I'm marking progress. I've found that Badger was actually here. His ship was here. This is where I want to use an oracle. Yeah, this is where I want to use a yes/no oracle, but I'm guessing you're saying I should probably use one of the other not yes/no oracles. But I think at this point, yeah, that might make sense because I know Badger is here. I found the video, so that's clear. But what does the video show? This, yeah, would be, I think, a good spot to sprinkle in a little maybe descriptor oracle. Could be good. Seems like a super robust Foundry system. Is this meant specifically for solo play, or did you adapt it to do so? I'm a huge fan of Foundry. I'm a big Foundry fan. No, this is the Starforged. This is this system I'm playing. It's made to be played solo. It can also be played cooperatively without a GM. It could be played like a normal RPG with someone GMing and people playing. The module is free, but it doesn't have all the rules, so you'll need to buy the rule book. But I mean, Foundry costs money, but the module is free if you have Foundry, and I think it's a great module. That's the reason I'm playing on here, because I love having the sector map, and I mean, as much as I like playing stuff physically, I think just the benefit of having like all this stuff automated and inconvenient spots in Foundry is just, I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, I think there's definitely something about playing stuff physically, but at the same time, the convenience of playing it digitally just a lot of the time outweighs it for me. That's like, yeah, I'm gonna play it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna do a descriptor oracle. So let's see, what does the video show that I found of Badger's ship? I still might do a yes/no oracle to see if Badger is in the video, but then we can maybe do another oracle to see kind of what exactly is going on. I think that might be, well, we do a descriptor first, and then I'll maybe do a yes/no. Hostile. Oh no. Is that maybe I'll do an action too. Coordinate and hostile. Okay, I'm gonna use some yes no oracles. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. So is Badger in the video? I think is very likely. Let's see. Yeah, so he is in the video. This bird is the word. That song just starts playing in the background. Oh, you're a Foundry dev. Oh, that's cool. Man, I've dabbled a little bit in Foundry stuff. It seems like a lot of fun. It's something I want to mess with more. Like I want to try making my own like modules for systems. The only thing I've done is I've made some for Forbidden Lands. I made some pretty cool macros that just like you click a thing and then it creates like an NPC. But it wasn't like anything official, but that's cool. So hostile and coordinate. Coordinate. Could be coordinate or coordinate, right? Hostile. So that makes me think Badger is in the video. It's probably that like he's getting held at gunpoint to go into his ship. I think that could be it. Or maybe, I don't know. Or no, I think coordinate, that almost makes me think like somebody was waiting by his ship trying to coordinate an attack when he got to it. I'll check out my work. Check out the Cyberpunk Red system. I do Compendium and a little bit of code work for that. Oh, okay. Oh, Cyberpunk Red. Wasn't it last stream? Were you the one that was talking about the Cyberpunk games? That's one system I need to try out some Cyberpunk games because I haven't tried any. I think so I'm gonna maybe go with that I see in the video there is somebody waiting by Badger's ship that when he gets there, they attack him. Now, what I need to figure out is did Badger get, like, did they like take him out, drag him in the ship? Did they just take him out, steal his ship? Did they just steal his ship? Like, what happened to Badger? Maybe I'll do another action. I'll use another action. Let's see. That's coordinate again. What are the odds? I guess that was a 1 in 100 chance that happened again. Get that out of here. Preserve. Okay. So he didn't die. They kept him alive. I might do another yes, no. I want to know, is Badger on the ship? That's what I want to know. So clearly someone was waiting there. They didn't want to kill him. They kind of just knocked him out. I want to know, did they drag him on the ship? I'm going to go with, did they drag him on the ship? I'm going to go with unlikely. I think if anything, well, if they knocked him out, didn't want to kill him, did they just want his ship? I don't know. I'm going to go with just unsure. I really don't know if they wanted him as well or if they just wanted his ship. I'm going to go with actually unlikely. I think it's more likely they just wanted his ship. They don't give a crap about him. But let's see. Did they bring Badger on the ship? That's a no. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. I think I'm gonna mark progress. This is big. I know I think I just marked progress, but I feel like this is even better info. I don't know, maybe, because I marked progress just for finding the video, but do I get to mark progress for watching the video? Like, I don't know. I feel like I should, because I'm getting more info, but now we know that Badger's ship was essentially stolen. Someone was waiting by it, they knocked him out, didn't bring his body into the ship. I guess the last thing the ship took off. It's no longer here. We'll just say that happened. So the ship's gone. Okay. Would the wreckers of the internal circle have like, they probably wouldn't have like a uniform that I would recognize. Like they don't have like a raider outfit that it's like, oh, if I saw this video, I would know that they're a wrecker of the internal circle. I don't think that's the case. I'm gonna ask one more yes/no question. No, I actually won't. Well, no, I won't. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna ask one last question. Is the person that knocked out Badger somebody I recognize? I think it's nearly impossible because I only know like 3 people on this whole place. But basically, is it like Mongoose or one of the dock workers or Vertigo? That's like all I know. I don't think it is. That's why I'm gonna make it nearly impossible. But I'm curious. Well, maybe Mythic will say elsewise. Exceptional, yes. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question, but now we're here. Okay, and I will mark progress again. I feel like I deserve it, dang it. Especially because I made this quest got difficult quickly. So okay, exceptional, yes. I mean, it makes the most sense that it's Mongoose, but it could be something crazy like somebody I know on Freya. What if it was Zephyr himself? And this is all an inside job. Like that would be dumb. Maybe there's a reason behind it. Oh boy. That was nearly impossible. It still ended up being yes. That's what I love about Mythic. That's, give it some odds, and sometimes it throws curveballs at you. So I do have like a character list. I guess I could roll on that, but that just also has NPCs. It's basically gonna be, it would just be, I can maybe roll on that. I don't know. Let's see what that comes up with. Character list. No. Yeah, roll. It might be choose again. It's probably gonna be choose again. NPC list says Zephyr. That's crazy. Zephyr is his dad. He's the one that sent me on this mission. This is so confusing now. I think there's also a chance, we're in space, we're in sci-fi, weird stuff can happen, right? So I think even if it's Zephyr in the video, could it be somebody that has some like mask to look like Zephyr, or like, I don't know, shapeshifter type creature? Like, what if it's not actually Zephyr, right? That could be a thing, like a shapeshifter. But why would it look like Zephyr? That's... might have been set up with a dangerous alien. Wait, what do you mean by set up? This is getting interesting. I imagine Cypher's just staring at this computer like shocked at what she's finding out. Maybe I won't make it Zephyr because I don't know if that makes much sense. I don't know if that makes much sense. It could be like a shapeshifter or somebody with like a mask, but I don't think that makes much sense. But I did roll with somebody I know. I mean, I think what makes the most sense is it's Mongoose, the dock worker. And that I've already kind of alluded that I really like this idea that like the dock workers are working with the wreckers. Like that's a conspiracy going on. I might just not go with the Zephyr idea because I think I don't know, that seems kind of dumb. And unless it's either then it's actually Zephyr and then there's some ulterior motive to this whole mission and that's just going to be weird, or it's, yeah, you think apparently Zephyr could be fun, but like what could the apparently be? That's what I'm getting thrown off. It's like, how could it, if it's not Zephyr, how like a shapeshifter, I guess, something like that, which would make sense because the other thing I'm thinking is like, okay, if it's someone that like had like a disguise on or something, like how would they know who Zephyr is and like to attack Badger as Zephyr? Like that's just weird also. Like why would you do that? Maybe to like let his guard down, like think like Badger's like, oh, it's my dad, and then all of a sudden your dad just like knocks you out and steals your ship, and then it's not actually your dad. So yeah, maybe, okay. NPC was, it did roll Zephyr. I did roll that. I mean, I can always go back, but at this point, it is somebody on the video I know, supposedly. Video editing evil twin alien. Okay, yeah, those are all good options. I mean, I think video editing is probably the least likely, but it's an option. I think evil twin, I like the idea. I also think it could be someone that like, yeah, maybe is not like an actual twin, but somebody that looks like Zephyr and maybe purposely like change their hairstyle and stuff to look like almost like them. And maybe this video isn't the highest quality, so it's not like a clear like 4K HD, like it looks like Zephyr, but you know, I can't see the facial features too well, and maybe like some of the, you know, they're in the shadows a little bit, so it's kind of, some of it's obscure, but like from what I can tell, it looks like Zephyr. So this could be someone with just some really good makeup that got a haircut, right? So I think that we'll roll with that. It looks like Zephyr on the video, but that it's almost certainly not, but maybe it is, and then that would also add some weird, or it could be like an alien shapeshifter. But I also think I kind of like the idea better that it's somebody, some human that's like disguising themselves. I think that's pretty fun. But it also could be an alien shapeshifter that broke out. Who knows? So, okay. Cypher gets this info. But the real question is, Badger got knocked out and then was left in the dock as the alien, or Zephyr, quote unquote, took the ship. So where the hell is Badger? Where are they? Because this answers some of the questions, and we're halfway to finding Badger. I think we need to ask around a bit more, maybe get some more information on the wreckers, because at this point, it really seems like, at this point, I can almost confidently say that the dock workers are working with this raider faction. If I were to take a guess, it's probably the dock workers / the raider factions that are disguising themselves, if it's not an alien. So what, you know, maybe they knocked out Badger, took the ship, left him. What happened to Badger? The Hawk territory? But I feel like this happened a while ago. I mean, maybe this Hawk thing has been going on for a while, but I don't know. I envision like Badger was supposed to return, so it was probably at least like a day after he was supposed to return. And then I went there. And I've been dicking around for like a day. Obviously I can make this work however I want, but I imagine it's like while I've been there is when the Hawk thing broke out. So I don't know if that's involved in this video. It could be, you know, and I can make that work however I want. I think at the very least, I need to sneak back out of here. I'm gonna do a face danger roll to sneak back out of here unseen, and then kind of go from there. So let me do a little sneaking. just gonna do a shadow face danger roll. Strong hit with a match. Oh my goodness, where momentum is building up. We close out, we erase, we clear our search history in the computer, log back out, keep an eye out for the dock workers, and sneak back out of the dock. So, okay. We've done that, and we're kind of back out in like maybe like a common area, hallway, whatever. We're safe. I guess maybe we do need to go talk to that. It's so we see it's Zephyr, so that means, yeah, I think it's basically either A, it's Zephyr, which seems very, very unlikely, B, it's some sort of alien shapeshifter, or C, it's someone that looks a lot like Zephyr but actually isn't. I think it's most likely that last option, but that's going to be the hardest to pin down. I think if we go talk to the Cursed Watchers here on Pinnacle, they're familiar with alien life forms. They would know if shapeshifters are a thing and if they could be around. Oh, another thing I just thought of. We're in sci-fi land. Stuff like cyborgs could be a thing, you know, like synths. Talking like Fallout type stuff. So that could also be like an angle of what could be going on, is like somebody like a robot that kind of looks like Zephyr. That's a whole nother angle that I didn't even consider. So we got like 4 options. I almost want to start writing these down. Okay, but I think maybe we could help find a cell phone. Our cell phone's messed up. Yeah, maybe I need to try spend time fixing that. But I don't think we really need it at the moment. I think what could be good is we go to the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers, ask them about the Hawk thing. Maybe we do a separate small vow right now to help them capture the Hawk, deal with that situation to gain some like leverage with them, that then they can help me figure out what's going on. Even if not, I mean, it seems like a good a good faction to help. Like, they do good stuff, so like, let's go help them. Oh, as a match reward, I guess I did a strong hit with a match. Okay, I like it. I guess I wasn't really even gonna do anything, so I'll bump up my supply and say that as I'm making my way out, I see, I like do a quick search of the office and a couple of the drawers, and I find a spare cell phone that I quickly like wipe the data on and take with me. Surely that won't bite me in the butt. Like there's like a tracker on it or something, but nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, I like it. So I think I like my idea of I'm gonna make my way to wherever the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers are located. I want to go try to help them with their hawk alien bird situation to gain some favor with them, so then they can help me try to figure out if there's a shapeshifter on the loose or if there's like a robot on the loose. I need some friends on this settlement, all right? Because I'm afraid everybody's against me. I've met 3 people. Mongoose, I'm almost certain, is helping the Wreckers and is not on my side. Brick, their disposition is cooperative. I think they're chill. Vertigo, the bartender, I think is pretty neutral, but leaning towards not. They didn't vibe with me. So I need a friend here, like someone that I can, make a connection with, that can actually tell me, what's good, who's good. So I kind of like that idea. So I'm gonna make my way to wherever the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers are, and yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? This feels like a new scene. So scene 3. Head to headquarters of the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers to help with alien hawk situation. I think it's gonna be a side quest, but I think it'll be worth it to get someone on my side that's helpful and maybe some info that helps me actually in my quest. So this I'm gonna make it probably an easy vow, but we'll see. So scene 3, chaos factor, I feel like goes down. I feel like we were actually fairly in control. I had a lot of good rolls. That I had strong hit with a match. We had strong hit, strong hit, strong hit. we did have a single miss, but I think overall those were some good rolls. So, and we have 9 momentum. Like, it's pretty huge. So let me roll for a scene alteration. Maybe I'll add some of the other NPCs I've encountered to this NPC list. Mongoose and whoops, Brick. And who was the other one? Was it Vertigo? I don't know how much they're going to show up, but I don't know. I'll add them. Why not? Let me roll for a scene alteration. Chaos factor of 5. Okay. So scene was altered, so it wasn't interrupted. If it was interrupted, I would say there's a good chance I encounter the hawk on the way to the headquarters of the Alliance of the Cursed Watchers, but it's altered. I think this is a good time for some Oracle to help me out here. I don't know how this is altered. Maybe I'll get a... What is focus? Maybe I'll go with descriptor and focus. Let's see what that comes up with. Barren and creation. Okay. I mean, barren makes me just think I head to these headquarters and no one's there. I guess maybe everybody's out trying to deal with this hawk situation. And maybe just no one's there. Creation, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna re-roll that. I don't know if let's get another focus maybe. Okay, I like that. Barren and outbreak. That really checks out that maybe, yeah. I was expecting to find somebody at their headquarters and it's like they have just a sign up on their door. They're like out dealing with alien hawk, and then the door is locked. And I could kind of peer inside and see like there's nobody in their little headquarters office. Okay. Well, maybe I still try to catch it on my own, and then they'll still give me a reward. So I gotta feel like I gotta swear a vow to somebody. So maybe I'll need to like gather information. I need to find somebody. What would I do for that? Try to secure an advantage, maybe? No. Such a situation, make preparations. I'm just looking for somebody. I guess gather information. I just want to find somebody that's a part of this faction that I could talk to and swear an iron vow to, mainly. Maybe I'll gather info. We can gather some info. I do have a cell phone now. Maybe I can get information on where the hawk was last seen, and that's where I'll know I need to go. So maybe I'll use my handy dandy cell phone, secure an advantage using wits to tune into the local Pinnacle News to see where this alien hawk was last sighted. Because that's probably where people will be. Oh, that's a miss. I could burn momentum. It's just to secure an advantage, though. Okay, let's pay the price. I don't think I want to for this. I'm just going to pay the price. Let's roll the Oracle. A friend, companion, or ally is in harm's way. What the heck? Companion or ally. I don't really have any. I don't have any friends or companions or allies. I kind of do, but like it's still early on. I haven't made a lot of friends. What if I get like a message from Zephyr? He's like, I guess. But here's the thing, though. You got to keep in mind, at least with the current setting I have, communication between planets really isn't a thing. The only way to do that is like with a courier that like delivers messages manually. So I think if I got some sort of message like that, it would have to be, or I guess it says parenthesis, or you are if alone. Could the hawk have found me? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Maybe something else is going on, not hawk related. Is in harm's way. Maybe I can make it some kind of simple, you know. Okay, I got an idea. So I like this. Since I'm just walking around on my phone, like, you know, not looking around what's going on around me, just living in me world here. I don't notice that in part of this hallway they're doing construction and there's a giant hole in the ground. And so I'm gonna do a face danger as I start falling in the hole to try to recover myself. If not, I'm probably gonna take some damage. So I'm gonna use edge to quickly try to grab onto the ledge. That sounds like fun. This feels good. A weak hit. Okay. We'll take a minus to spirit as I start getting all in my head about like, oh, that was so stupid. I almost got seriously injured because I'm just walking around texting on my phone, not looking where I'm going. There's a giant hole in the hallway. Almost fell and would have been probably seriously injured. So there we go. There's my secured advantage. I don't know where this hawk is. So I'm just going to gather information and just try to figure out, try to hunt down this hawk. And I want to swear an iron vow, but like, maybe I don't have to do a whole vow for it. Maybe if I just find it and kill it, that's also gonna be a vow. That's probably gonna be good enough. So let's just do it. Gather information. Let's go try to find this hawk. That's perfect. Strong hit. Discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Take +2 momentum. I'm maxed out on momentum. Love to see that. So I start this. I imagine this isn't a huge settlement. It's deep space, only hundreds of people. So I think even though this hawk can like teleport around, it doesn't take me long till I am face to face with the hawk. And I think we are going to enter our first combat. Finally, getting into some combat. I will set a progress track, I guess. I think it's not a vow, so it'll be a progress track. To defeat space hawk to I imagine I'm just gonna make this troublesome. I feel like the issue is they haven't taken it out because they just couldn't find it. It keeps teleporting around and it just happened to teleport in front of me, so I have to act quickly. But I don't think this thing is gonna be tough to beat. It's just gonna take a lot of like speed. Then roll to see if you are in control. Right. If I'm on the move, roll plus edge. That seems like the case. I'm in facing off against your foe. That also seems like it could be the case. Iron, I'm not in the kind of at close quarters. I don't think so. Preparing to act against an unaware foe. I don't think that's the case, even though I'd love it to be because of shadows is my best stat. Or caught in a trap or sizing up the situation. That also feels like it would work. On the move, I'm in a hallway. I'm not. That's gonna be. I'm gonna be moving around a lot. Facing off against a foe. I feel like that's the most appropriate, so I'm gonna go with that. So let's see, this hawk appears, teleports through a wall. It's in the hallway right in front of me, and it starts kind of squeals and starts flapping towards me. And I begin in a bad spot. Let's go. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Okay. So as far as a quick note, my gear, I have the pretty standard gear. My two weapons, I have a small switchblade and then I have a small worn plasma pistol. I probably had my plasma pistol at the ready. So I'm probably just gonna use that. Yeah. I'm just now realizing my stats are terrible for fighting. I am not a fighter. I am just now realizing this. Do any of my assets help me out? Just curious. Nope. Okay. So I think this hawk it teleports through the wall. It sees me, locks eyes, squeals at me, and starts just charging, flying at me. And I'm gonna just quickly pull out my pistol and try shooting at it. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Your foe dominates this exchange. You stay in a bad spot and must pay the price. I'm gonna roll on this table, but I think it's just I take some damage. I don't think there's much else that can really... I face a tough choice. What could the choice be? I mean, I think I'm taking damage regardless. But I also think like it could be something like this hawk is coming at me, so I have to like duck one way or another. If I duck one way, it'll swipe my belt and make me drop my knife. If it goes the other way, it's gonna drop my new cell phone. I'm gonna just dive one way and it like scratches my one side and makes me drop my knife, and then I'll also take -1 health. So now I'm stuck just using my pistol, even though I did want to switch to my knife, but I don't want to lose my cell phone. So, okay, should I have rolled for endure harm? When do I do that? No, I think it would tell me when I do that, I think, right? I don't know. Okay, well, we're just gonna... Okay, so at this point, it like swoops, it scratches my side, makes me drop my knife. I like dive down, it's kind of swerves back around, is coming back towards me. This time I don't even try to shoot at it. I just want to try to dodge it. Oh, so I could try creating like moving into a hiding spot. I feel like I'm in a hallway, but maybe there's like a crate or something I can hide behind. So yeah, maybe I'll try to like dive into some doorway at the last second to avoid it. I think that sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna do that. So hawk's coming at me. I see an open doorway. I dive through it. Yikes. It's a weak hit. Okay, I avoid the worst of the danger, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move -1. I stay in a bad spot. I could burn momentum. I think I will. Let's burn some momentum. It's not gonna burn all of it, right? It does. That's not great. I'm gonna go with it though. Strong hit, I succeed, I take control, +1 momentum. Okay, now I'm in control, so I dodge out of the way. I'm in like the part of a doorway. It swoops by, misses me. At this point, I take aim with my pistol. I guess I could try to gain ground also. So maybe I gain ground with wits, trying to see kind of how it flies around, because this thing has a lot of speed on its side, and just trying to shoot at it, even though it's a pistol, it's hard to aim, so I need to try to like aim in front of it, but it has a weird flying pattern. And also teleports. Did I mention it teleports? This is a space bird, it teleports. So I'm actually gonna gain ground, trying to take a second to observe how this bird flies. It's a weak hit. I could choose one. So I mark progress, take +2 momentum, or +1 on my next. I'll mark progress. Yeah, I'll mark progress. As I have an idea of like, it seems like this bird's feathers glow right before it teleports, and it can only teleport the direction it's facing. So I have an idea of kind of how it teleports and where it teleports to kind of get a better idea of when to shoot. I think I stay I'm in control, so I'm gonna strike this time, shooting at the bird with my pistol. That's not good. That's just a miss. Fight turns against me. I am in a bad spot, must pay the price. Yikes. I think let me see what happens if I do the suffer. Endure harm? Let me see, what is that? I don't know if I need to roll for that. I just think I just do a suffer move of -1, that it just swipes at me again. Okay, this thing is fast. I need to do something else besides just like shooting at it. So I'm gonna try to react under fire again. I'm in a bad spot. I've kind of ducked off into a room. Maybe it's like a supply room. I need to figure out some other plan that's not just shooting at it. So gonna try to hide into a corner where it maybe can't see me and I could get a jump on it. Shadow is just what I'm good at, so that's what I'm gonna naturally do. But I miss. I stay in a bad spot, and I'm gonna actually pay the price Oracle this time just to see what it says. A surprising development complicates your quest. Okay, let's roll in the Oracle here. Action, evade, theme, secret. No, let's do evade, focus, gas. Oh no! So this bird swoops in, and it comes by. It swoops in the room. It's like looking for me, and as it does, its talons scrape against the wall and opens up a gas pipe that I now need to deal with. So the gas is starting to leak into this room that I'm in. I'm in some like supply room, and I guess there's a gas pipe in here. So now, this is fun. Good times. Also, did my music end? My music ended. Okay, I'm gonna just react under fire again because I'm not gonna shoot at the gas pipe. I'm just going to get out of this room, but I only have one edge, so this is not gonna be good. Yeah, a 9 out of 10. What am I supposed to do? The situation worsens. I stay in a bad spot. I must pay the price. Oh man, I need to avoid combat. Note to self: avoid combat if I make it out of this alive. A friend, or companion, or ally is in harm's way. Okay, or I'm in harm's way. I'm in a fight. Thanks. Your vehicle suffers damage. Not even near my vehicle. But we'll just say, you know what? Unbeknownst to me, something is going on with my ship that is taking damage. Well, you know what? Fine. Whatever. Where's my ship? CSI, which I didn't even talk about my ship. Stands for Cypher's ship, I guess. It's at 4 damage. I don't know why. Maybe just the area I parked it in. Stuff's, I don't know what happened. We'll figure that out, but my ship took damage. Great. I'm just gonna keep reacting under fire. I'm out of the room with the gas now. I just need to keep ducking and hiding until I can get an angle on this bird. That's literally my best option, but I just keep missing. The situation worsens. How? The room I just escaped is filling up with gas. My ship is falling apart for no reason. I'm separated from someone or something or somebody. Maybe I dropped my cell phone. Or maybe against when I was diving out of the room, I break my new cell phone. Maybe that'll be a common thing is I just keep breaking my cell phones. So now that's broken. I'm gonna keep, I don't know what else to do. I need to keep maybe I'll try clashing. Instead of just dodging, I just brace myself, aim my pistol, and try shooting at the bird as it comes flying at me. Weak hit, okay. I mark progress. But I'm dealt a counter, blow, or setback. You stay in a bad spot, must pay the price. I'm just gonna say the bird scratches at me. All I need to do is land one more hit, so I'm just gonna bear it and just shoot again as this bird circles back around, it's teleporting around. I'm gonna shoot at it again. Yo, mark progress twice. Oh, this thing is done for. So it like maybe bumps into the wall, loses its balance. It does a bad teleport, and it just lets me get a beautiful shot in its wing that makes it go flying to the ground. And now I will take decisive action to wrap up this battle. So let me roll my challenge dice. That's good. That's a strong hit. You prevail. Take +1 momentum. The bird is dead. I am out of combat. Space Hawk Tua is dead. Jeez. So the bird's dead. So my cell phone's broken. I lost my knife, but I can go pick it back up. I think it just got swiped off my belt. So I go pick it back up, put my pistol back, go back into the supply room. Maybe I should fix that gas leak while I'm at it too, because I feel like that's gonna be not good. Or maybe I don't open that door. That room is filling with gas. I'll just like pull out a pen and a paper, and put a sign on the sword door that says "Do not open room full of gas." And I'll just grab the hawk body and start making my way back to the the headquarters of the Cursed Watchers and just literally sit outside, put the body in front of their door and just like plop down in the hallway and just wait for someone to come back. I'm not even gonna make this a new scene. I feel like this all is still one scene. And eventually, after some amount of time, someone shows up. The door, or maybe they come through the hallway and they see the bird. They're like, let's see, let's roll up a new NPC for who comes back. So let's go characters. Let's get a first look, initial disposition, and a call sign. Another large character named Bandit. Okay. So Bandit, first look is it's large. Their initial disposition is indifferent. And that's that. That's all we need. Oh, their role. Let's see, what's their role at this place? They're like the guide, I guess. Okay. Guide. We can maybe go something else. I mean, they're part of the Accursed Watchers, so maybe they're like a researcher. We'll just say they're like a, it's not close to a guide. Maybe they're like a researcher. So researcher, or the whatever it is, the Cursed Watchers. Okay, cool. So they see the bird. They're like, oh, you killed it. That's what we were trying to do. And I'm like, bro, I killed your bird. But I greet them and introduce myself. Say my name's Cypher. And say, hey, I killed your bird. You're welcome. And so, they unlock the door and they drag the bird inside, and I kind of just plop down a chair because I'm tired from that fight. I'm pretty low on health. I gotta rest up after this, resupply a bit. I'm gonna try to, as I chit chat, I'm gonna try to make a connection here with Bandit. Let's see. Weak hit. Okay. I create a connection, but it comes with a complication or cost. Envision what they reveal or demand. So maybe they just want more info about this bird. Like they wanted to study it and they're kind of mad that it's dead, even though they wanted it dead. So maybe they just demand that I hang around and give them like as much info as I can about the bird, which I'm like, fair enough. But I'm gonna add them as a connection. Bandit, and just make them like level 1. I don't think they're gonna be, no, we'll make them a level 2 character. I think they're gonna be somewhat involved in our campaign. Probably not really, but who knows? I'll add them to the character list. Maybe they'll start showing up more that way. Okay, so what else did it say? Get the connection ring, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I tell them everything I know about the bird and what happened and how it teleports, how its feathers glow and all this stuff. And see, I'm gonna do a gather information roll asking about the shapeshifters. So I'll add +1. Let's see how this goes. Okay, weak hit. The information provides new insight, but also complicates your quest. What you discover, then take +1 momentum, which I actually take +2 momentum. Okay, I'm gonna use a yes/no oracle. So like, do they say, I'm asking like, are shapeshifters around? I kind of described what I saw. It looked like someone I knew, but it surely isn't them. Are shapeshifters a thing? I'm gonna just go with straight up unsure. Let me see. It provides new insight, but complicates your, I mean, I feel like either way it would provide new insight, but complicates my quest. Either if there is shapeshifters or if there isn't. Both would provide new insight. Both would complicate my quest. So I'm just gonna go with unsure because I want to know which is which. 58. So they say, no, shapeshifters maybe are a thing, but aren't common, especially on Pinnacle. So whatever you saw was not a shapeshifter. I'm gonna mark progress. That's huge. So it's either some sort of like robot synth or someone that has like makeup that looks like Zephyr. So okay, we're getting more info. Okay. I'm like, well, thanks for your help. I'm gonna ask him like, I'm gonna do another yes no because I think it's just a more I'm just asking him a yes or no question. Like, do you know? Maybe I don't have to. Maybe I could go with like, what's the deal with the dock workers and their association with the Raider Guild? We could go like action theme. Let's see if that gives me anything. Focus and rumors. Okay. So maybe we can interpret that as the dock workers do work with the raiding guild, and in return, maybe the raiders paid them in like rumors and like information. So, okay, good to know, good to know. Okay, I think it's been a long day, and Cypher didn't really get sleep because it's still kind of the middle of the night, so she's going to go rest up. Thanks, Bandit, for their time. Well, I might see you again at some point. Ooh, maybe we can ask about the vision. I'll be like, hey, do you know much about... So, quick reminder, one of my setting truths for the cataclysm that wiped my people away from their original home planet galaxy area was that interdimensional entities invaded our reality. Specifically, they're beings of chaotic energy, and these are the same beings that I'm seeing in my vision. So I'm gonna ask, do you know much about any beings of chaotic energy? I think I'll go unsure. I don't know. It's just one person, but it's like the researcher, so they should. Yes. Okay. Interesting. That's all I want to know right now. I've made one tick on my epic vow. We're making progress. All right. So I also think I don't get anything for... Yeah, I haven't completed a quest. That was just combat discoveries. No. Okay. Then I think I'm just gonna go rest up. I'm gonna do some recover moves. So spend time recovering within a community. Which this specifically says, yeah, you just spend time recovering within a community. So I'm just gonna roll. Maybe I should secure an advantage first, but it's too late. I'm gonna use my momentum. I think I need this here. A weak hit. Okay. There is safe refuge, but time is short or resources are strained. You and your allies may each make one recover move. Heal, hearten, or repair. Instead of rolling, assume an automatic strong hit. I'm going to heal with an automatic strong hit. Which means what? +2? If you... The care is helpful. If you or the ally under your care are wounded, clear the impact. Well, I'm not wounded per se. That's not like an impact I have. So I guess I get +3 health, so I'm back up to max health. So who would have guessed the settlement that deals with medical supplies has pretty good medical facilities? Who would have guessed? So I go find my companion, my best friend Brick, and have them point me to where I can get some heals, and they heal me up. And I go back and just take a big long nap in my hotel. And yeah, I'm gonna take a real quick break. I feel like that's a little good little pause area. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle, hit the restroom, all that good stuff. Y'all feel free to take a break at home as well. Get up and stretch if you're sitting. All that good stuff. And I'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. All right, I'll be back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Just Little Gaming Sunday, Starforged edition, where we are slowly figuring out where Badger is. Boy, oh boy, for a starting quest, this is a heck of a starting quest. But I'm glad because, I don't know, it's pretty fun. It's you know, it bumped up in difficulty early on, which was not great. But I really feel like at least I'm glad it's taken us to Pinnacle so we can start fleshing out more of this settlement, which I feel like we already have a pretty good idea of, like a lot of the factions on it and the NPCs and just getting the vibe for it. So I've been liking this so far, but I want to figure out where the heck Badger has gone. So we've determined from the video, assuming that the video wasn't edited, which we can't take anything for certain, but I don't think the video is edited. We talked to our new friend Bandit at the Cursed Watchers. They say shapeshifters aren't a thing, at least shapeshifters that turn into humans that would be on Pinnacle. They're very rare, and he would know if something like that would be here. I don't know how he would know, but he says he would know, so whatever. So it's, once again, I don't think we can fully rule it out, but it's more than likely not the option. But regardless, something took Badger's ship. I think it's either, most likely, it's just someone that looks like Zephyr and made themselves look like Zephyr, or some sort of robot synth type thing. Okay. Some sort of clanker. So it kind of matters, but kind of doesn't, because Badger was knocked out, and then who knows what happened. I mean, I think it's more than likely this was a coordination between the dock work, because we're slowly learning that the dock workers and the one raiding faction, the Wreckers of the Internal Circle, they work together. So it seems like maybe, you know, the dock workers either did this or they gave info to the Wreckers so they could do this. But I think figuring out who or what stole the ship will help locating Badger. Even though it's not the most important aspect of this, I think it will help narrow it down. But I don't know how we proceed from here to get more info. I guess, I mean, even if we rule out, like, okay, I guess one thing we could try to figure out for sure if it's a person or not. I think we could pretty easily and quickly rule out if human looking robots and androids exist on Pinnacle, and if they are, like, who would be involved or know about them. Like, I feel like that would be a pretty easy thing to eliminate, and then we could just have it down to, we know it's a person, that there's still a slim chance it could be Zephyr, but I really think it's someone that just looks like him. That just wouldn't make sense if it's Zephyr, or maybe it does and I just don't know how. So I think that's what we're going to try to do, is look into robots, seeing if robots and human looking robots are a thing here on Pinnacle, which I doubt it, but that's what we're going to figure out. Then once we ruled that out, we need to start probably just investigating a bit more of the Wreckers and the dock workers to see who of the two did take the ship, because that also, I mean, it seems more likely that the dock workers are the one that took Badger. You know, if he was left in the ship's dock, like this dock area, the dock workers are probably who saw him and took him, and then either they have him kidnapped somewhere, or the Wreckers have him kidnapped somewhere on Pinnacle, or maybe either of them could have kidnapped him and took him somewhere else, or thrown him into deep space and killed him. I don't know. He might not be alive, but we need to at least figure out what happened to Badger. So 2 hours in, I feel like we've got a lot done. I guess technically an hour and a half, because I was yapping the first half hour, but I feel like we're actually making some solid progress. And I think, you know, within, you know, I'm going to stream at least for another hour and a half. I think we could probably get pretty close to wrapping this up, because we can also try to complete this whenever. But obviously, the more ticks we have in our box, the higher. I at least want to get to 8 progress boxes. Ideally, I think 9. but we'll just see how the story's going and kind of what info we have. But I think we're gonna do a new scene. Cypher went to heal up after the battle with the hawk, and then went back to her hotel to rest up for a bit. And I think now she's going to investigate the possibility of human-like androids / robots / synths on Pinnacle. Just kind of doing a general investigation, asking around if that's a thing, if so, who would be making them or know about it, and then kind of going from there. Because I think that at least, because if there are, you know, human-like robots, then that could be a pretty good indicator of like what's going on, but I don't know. So were we in control last scene? I'm gonna say no. That fight was rough. I need to start building up more momentum for next. I also need to get like better assets. I'm gonna take a quick little second to look at some paths that I might want to look into to help. I think I need something like, isn't there like a pistol, like a, yeah, gunslinger? Maybe I need that. But that's just when you enter the fray. I just need better fighting paths. I think that's gonna be one of my first upgrades. I'm curious also, I'm gonna take a quick second to look at it. I haven't actually looked at this. What are my upgrades for my paths? So Scoundrel, when I make a connection to search for a new contact, you roll plus shadow. You reroll any dice on a miss. Okay. When you make a quick escape or con your way out of a situation, burn momentum to gain a strong hit, take plus momentum after you reset. If you envision how this monetary success leaves you fated for future trouble, mark 2 ticks on your quest to legacy track. That's awesome. Infiltrator, when you face danger or secure an advantage to establish a false identity. Ooh, that would be good. When you check gear for a device with a specific function to aid infiltration. That's also really, and Infiltrator is probably the one I'm gonna upgrade a lot more. But I really like Sleuth. That's just like a fun one, because that's like, I'm a detective. I'm a space detective. Of course I'm gonna have Sleuth. When you move to avoid detection as you put a person or place under surveillance, add +1. Okay, that's helpful. When you make a connection with a potential informant, instead of rolling, take an automatic weak hit. Oh, okay, these are fun. I like these. These are good paths and good upgrades. I think my next asset that I get is going to have to be some sort of module, not module, a path to help in combat, because that last combat was rough. Maybe I get some cool sword, because I also think, I mean, my heart is what you use for close combat, and it's slightly higher than my edge, so maybe I should be focusing more on melee, or like getting brawler would be a fun one too. When I gain ground by attempting to disarm, that could be fun. If I just fight with my fists, my 2 fists. Could be good. Hello there, KT. I just discovered your channel. Thanks for all the amazing solo gaming videos. Cheers. Thanks for popping by and for the kind words. I'm glad you found the channel. I'm glad you're enjoying all the stuff. And yeah, I got lots of good stuff, I think. And, you know, many more videos to come, hopefully. So yeah, we gotta start figuring out if there's robots around. So chaos factor is going down to 4. I need to roll for scene alteration. So my expected scene is just, I'm gonna do some investigating around Pinnacle for if robots, human-like robots exist. That's my expected scene. We'll see if it actually pans out that way. I think we're good. That's a normal scene. Thank goodness. Did Cypher snatch a screenshot of the Zephyr look like? Maybe she can ask around showing a picture. You know, that would have been a good idea. I did not do that. I think, and unfortunately, Cypher, she had a cell phone, but it broke before she went to the office to go find the video. But then in the office, she did find a cell phone. So maybe she did take a picture with that cell phone. But unfortunately, in the battle against the Hawk, that cell phone broke. But maybe if she gets that one fixed, maybe she could get a picture. But I think like yeah, that would that would be good. I didn't say that she did that, but I think it's safe to assume she probably would have. I don't know. I should be more specific about what she does and what she doesn't do, because that would have been a good thing to say that I didn't think about it at the time. Uploaded it to the cloud. You know, well, that's honestly not a bad thought. That, like, even though she stole this cell phone, she probably logged into her own stuff. So maybe, honestly, that could. Let's ask Mythic. We'll say that she took the photo on the phone. Let's just, because I think she would have, even though I didn't say she did. That would have just been something like smart to do. That's why I didn't think about it. Is there such a thing as like a cloud for pictures? I'm gonna go with unlikely, but let's see. I mean, if not, I still have my broken cell phone that I supposedly took it on. Exceptional, no. Okay, so we're not technologically advanced here at Pinnacle, and maybe, yeah, she didn't upload the photo anywhere. But it might still be on the device if she can recover the photo. So I think, yeah, it seems like cloud and uploading stuff is out. I like the thought though, but we still have the broken phone that if we can maybe find someone to recover the photo, then that could be good. So maybe we'll do that first. That's a good point. So maybe we could do secure an advantage to try to find somebody that's good with technology. Just gonna use wits, I guess. I don't know what makes the most sense, but that probably makes a good amount of sense. Add +1 or take +2 momentum. I'm actually gonna take momentum. I'm down bad on momentum, and then I'm gonna gather info, trying to find someone that could maybe get some information off that cell phone. I'm kind of scared because that cell phone was also I stole it from that office of the dock workers, and I'm worried, like, what if I bring it to somebody, they're like, hey, isn't this Jerry's old phone in the dock? And I'm like, oh no. But we'll see. I find someone, let's see if they can fix it. Oh no. I think we got a weak hit. So the information provides new insight, but also complicates the quest. Envision what you learn. What you discover in the take +1. So I think I do find someone that can get the data off. I take +1 momentum, and I like the idea of what I kind of like what I just said, because it also complicates my quest. That maybe it's not specifically it's somebody's phone, but like they're like, hey, I've never seen you on the dock, but this is like a dock issued dock worker phone. You know, is this your phone? And I like that idea because I also have not got a chance to compel somebody. And I'm going to use my scoundrel ability, which says whenever I make a move by lying, bluffing, stealing, or cheating, add +2. And since I'm lying, I get to use +shadow. So that's like +5 I'm adding to this roll. Like, there's no way I fail. I roll a 9 and a 10. Jesus, this game sucks. I'm done playing this game. Yikes. Oh no. Either they refuse or make a demand that costs you greatly. Let me ask the Oracle, but I think I might just... Maybe I'll have to ask also... Let's see what this says. You waste resources. Okay. So maybe I'll give them 2 supply worth of coin. They're like, yeah, I don't know how you got this phone, but if you want data off it, it's gonna cost you. So I take -2 supply, and I'm like, just do it. And they get the photo off, transfer it onto a new phone, and I'm good. They give me some just shitty phone, but it's one that I can at least have the photo on, and maybe I can print it out also. But at least I have some way to show people the phone and be like, hey, here's the photo. Okay, that's good. So maybe I'll ask, like, while I'm at this tech person, you know what, I'm trying to be better about this. I want to add more NPCs. So let's come up with this tech person that I'm talking to here, right? So we're gonna do a call sign, first look, initial disposition. Their name is Dancer. They are accented, and their initial disposition is desperate. So Dancer, first look, look is accented, ascented, initial position. Cannot spell today apparently, and I can't type. That's desperate. Okay, so I think they might have been on to me that I wasn't telling the truth, but they're like kind of desperate for money, so they're like, that's why they made me pay a bit more. What's their character role? Scholar. So maybe they're like they work with technology. A scholar, so maybe they're just some tech, I don't know. Let me do something other than scholar, maybe. That doesn't, I want to do something with tech, but like not just like a tech research. Okay, tech researcher, fine. Another researcher. No, I don't want a researcher. Give me something else. Give me something cooler. Investigator, okay. That seems, we'll go with it. A tech investigator. So they're like, they trouble, it's a fancy word for someone that troubleshoots. They're just like a tech desk helper, IT support. So I'm like, hey, Dancer, while I'm here, maybe I'll do a gather information role, like while I'm chit-chatting with them to get some info out of them. Well, I don't know if I need to for just one. I will just for one person. Be like, since you know so much about tech, see if they I can ask them about some robots. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Your investigation unearths dire threats or reveals an unwelcome truth. Okay, I gotta pay the price. Here we go. What's could this be? You encounter signs of a looming threat. I'm just trying to chit chat about, do robots exist on here? Let's get some Oracle rolls, I guess. So I do like an action focus maybe. Release technology. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so I'm talking to a tech investigator, aka just like a IT support desk person. As they're fixing my phone, transferring the photos, I'm like, so you ever heard of like human-like robots? Are they a thing on Pinnacle here? Is that? And I encounter signs of a looming threat that deal with the release of technology. I mean, I kind of just release technology. Release technology. So are there robots? Are there not? I kind of just want to do a yes, no. Are there but I think with that, maybe likely? I don't know. That's a 100 no. Exceptional no. Okay. That was almost a exceptional yes, and now it's an exceptional no, and we get a random event. NPC negative. Uh-oh. Separate weather. And let's roll a random character from the NPC list. Separate weather. And it's Freya, which is the settlement. It's an orbital settlement around a furnace world. So maybe there is some bad weather that's causing separate weather. This probably isn't super related to what we're talking about now, but maybe when I mention I'm from Freya, this comes up that like, oh, a courier recently came by and said that there was like bad firestorms going on that's affecting stuff on Freya. So maybe that's something we're gonna have to deal with, or that'll come into play later. But it seems like exceptional no. As far as this person's aware, there's not robots at all on here. So it was whatever I'm asking about. Maybe I try to be vague, like not even tell them about the picture. It seems like it's not a, it is a person. So we've kind of ruled out it's not a shapeshifter, it's not a robot. So it's, yeah, we still haven't officially ruled out that it's Zephyr themselves, but I really, really don't think it is. That just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But it also kind of could. Because I was trying to think, like, why would it make sense? And maybe... So here's a thought. This could be kind of out there, but like I was trying to, in my head, make it work. Like, why would Zephyr knock out his son, steal his son's ship, and then hire me to go find his son? But maybe Zephyr is working with the Wreckers, and Badger is definitely not working with the Wreckers, and maybe has even been doing stuff to harm the Wreckers of the Internal Circle, you know, doing stuff to damage their reputation and trying to maybe investigate them and all this other stuff. And so what if Zephyr like took his son out, didn't kill him, just knocked him out, stole his ship? Who knows where Badger still is, but then Zephyr hires me to make it look legit. Like, oh no, my son's gone missing, go find him. When in reality, the Badger ship is maybe on Freya this entire time. And like Zephyr just did that just to make it look like, get suspicion. Maybe it's a misdirect. Yeah, maybe just to like make it not as suspicious. Like, oh, if his son went missing and he didn't try to investigate, that would be suspicious. But because maybe Zephyr is working with the Wreckers of the Internal Circle, and then Badger was starting to also like investigate them, and Zephyr didn't like that, so he knocks Badger out, steals his ship. Yo, this might be maybe it is him. That, I feel like that could be a way that kind of makes sense, and that would be kind of interesting. But man, that'd be crazy. This would be a crazy first mission that really starts a lot of stuff going on already. But I still think it's probably more likely that it's not Zephyr. But I think that's the first theory I thought of that could actually make sense, that it could be him. He might be trying to keep his son out of something. Yeah, it could be. It could be that angle too, that he either doesn't want him to get involved, but I also think, yeah, I guess it could be that maybe Zephyr is not involved with the Wreckers and doesn't want his son starting to become involved, or it's the other way around, that Zephyr is heavily involved with the Wreckers and Badger was starting to like do stuff against the Wreckers, and he had to put a stop to it. So I guess there's kind of two ways that could go. So that's interesting. Okay, that's a fun thought. So boy, oh boy, where do I go from here? So we know it's not shapeshifters, we know it's not robots. It's either someone that looks like Zephyr or it is Zephyr. But regardless of who took the ship, where's Badger? If he was not, we saw someone stole the ship. So all signs point to Badger should still be on Pinnacle. We just got to go find him. So I think we need to start doing more investigation into the Wreckers of the Internal Circle and figuring out maybe where their headquarters at and trying to get info from them, maybe break into their place, see if they have Badger just as like a prisoner there. That's interesting. I'm starting to like the idea that it actually could be Zephyr, but regardless, it's not figuring out. The vow is not to find out what happened to Badger's ship. It's at this point figuring out where is Badger. It seems like he's on Pinnacle. That's at least the last we saw him on the video. This is interesting. I like this starting quest. So Who can I guess I can kind of trust. I have one connection, and that's Bandit. How do I bump my connection up? I wanna start becoming better friends with somebody so I can. You reinforce when I swear a vow, complete a quest on their benefit, leverage help, give them something worth, share a profound moment, yada 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 yada. I want to maybe do I don't know. I'll maybe go ask Bandit or do a simple quest for them to get their help. Exactly, Ina. Yeah, if you're dead on that. Yes, I'm 100% behind you that if Badger wasn't conscious, he must have been moved somewhere. And I think, you know, the video was in the ship dock. He was knocked unconscious in the dock, and it really all we've investigated so far really points to these dock workers are working with this raiding group, the Wreckers. So I've been always assuming that it was the dock workers have like kidnapped him or gave him to the Wreckers. But that's such a valid point that you brought up that I didn't even consider. That someone could have just brought him to the hospital. He could just be sitting in the hospital. This is a medical, like, focused settlement. He totally could be in a hospital, and I didn't even think about that. But I feel like, I guess, I don't know. I talked to Brick, but they mainly, I was envisioning them as like a secretary at like the pharmacy. So they probably weren't actually working at like the hospital, like where patients are coming and going. So they wouldn't. That's a good point. I think I need to go investigate the hospital. But once again, secretary didn't say anything. Yeah, but I think, like I said, I was kind of, they're more dealing like at a pharmacy that's not really the hospital. It's just like where supplies are kind of coming and going. But also, you know, maybe they're in on this and trying to keep it a secret that they have Badger back there. This is getting interesting. I really don't know on this place who to trust. I definitely know I can't trust Mongoose, the dock worker. Brick is the secretary. I felt like I could trust them, but maybe not. Vertigo, the bartender, I don't know. They seemed legit, but I don't know. Bandit, seems legit. Dancer, I don't know. Okay, so I think maybe I do go find the hospital and do some investigating there to see if I can find Badger. I can't. The thought literally never crossed my mind that, oh, he got knocked out. He could be in the hospital. Maybe someone was. All my thoughts went to like somebody kidnapped him, somebody took him, this, that. The thought never crossed my mind that someone was actually looking out for him and that they brought him to a hospital. That's how cynical I am of this place that we're on. I'm gonna do investigate hospital for Badger. That's gonna be crazy if he's in the hospital this whole time. Last scene, I feel like was a pretty short scene, but we are pretty in control, I would say. We got a weak hit, miss. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I felt like we got our cell phone fixed. We got the photo transferred. We got answers on the robots, but it costed us a lot in supplies. Maybe I'll quickly do a resupply move, but I think I need to do another sojourn move first. I think I can't just do a resupply. I need to do a sojourn. So let me do that first. See if I can like get some more supplies going here. Oh, I'm not going to with that kind of roll. Jesus. Onimus, choose one. The community needs your help or makes a costly demand in exchange for safe harbor. Envision what they ask you. If you do it, swear an iron vow to see it done. Resolve this move as a strong hit, or I find no relief and the situation grows worse. So I was trying to just do the resupply move to get some like extra credits. Maybe I should have. Maybe I'll just say I find no relief. The situation grows worse. I'll pay the price, whatever. What could the pay the price be? Okay, I've rolled that so many times. Give me something else. A new enemy is revealed. Oh boy. Oh boy. But I'm trying to think, like, if I was trying to resupply, like, where would I have gone? So I guess maybe back to, like, Brick, the medical secretary? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I maybe should have thought a little bit more of how exactly I was going to do that sojourn before I rolled it. Because now that I rolled a miss with a match, something really bad's going on. A new enemy is revealed. What if it's like one of the wreckers that knows I'm like looking for Badger, has come after me? Ooh, that could be interesting. Maybe I roll like an Oracle for like a, I don't know, action focus. I don't know if this is necessary. Demand and Hideaway. Get a descriptor maybe? Unnatural now. Okay, so I have an idea. So, I mean, the main thing I was trying to do is resupply and essentially get my credits going. I need more credits. I need more just general supplies. I went to a store trying to like maybe barter or do whatever. And in the process of me doing that, a robbery happens and they steal whatever. Can you go back down to 0? Would that like be real bad? I'm gonna go down to 0 supply. They steal everything I have on me. I guess I'm gonna keep my supply at 1 because I probably still have some stuff on the ship, but I'm essentially down less credits now than I was before. Which is bad. I get basically robbed. They take just my money. Maybe I hide my cell phone. They don't take that. They just take any credits I have. So, okay, I try being nice, doing this the good way I'm supposed to. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad and I'm broke and I'm desperate and I'm a thief, kind of. I'm a scoundrel. So, and I'm an infiltrator, which means I'm about to break into somewhere and steal some stuff. Because I need money, I need supplies, and I'm not gonna get anywhere without it. So let me real quick. I'm just gonna go investigate the hospital, but I want to break in somewhere. Just steal some money. So yeah, I'm gonna do a face danger to find some market that, I don't know, that I could just steal from. I'm just gonna steal from somewhere. I don't know. And maybe I better, just to be on the safe side, secure an advantage. I'm gonna scope out somewhere that I can steal from. That looks like a good target to hit. And I find one. I'm gonna take +1 on the next hit, and then I'm gonna do a face danger to break into the market and steal some supplies. Oh, I should have rolled. That's okay. Still a strong hit. I should have added like something. You know what? A sci-fi ATM is probably, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So you know what? I like that a little bit better. I don't want to steal from people, and I think that would be a little bit more up Cypher's alleys, like a sci-fi ATM. Yeah. So it's a strong hit. I am successful. I'm gonna say because of that, I'm just gonna say I get +2 supply. I'm back to 3. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the hospital. Just needed to up my supply, and in the process I lost my supply and then gained a little bit back. So I'm almost where I started, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. So scene 6, I don't think I rolled a scene alteration yet. No, that was okay. So I'm gonna roll, yeah, scene alteration. So I'm going, my expected scene is that I head to the hospital to see if Badger is there. Or at least was there also. Okay, scene proceeds normally, great. So I head to the hospital. I go up to the hospital secretary. I don't know if we need to do a name for them, but I go up to the hospital secretary and do I do a gather information role? Seems like when you conduct an investigation, I'm just asking one person about stuff. So that's what I've been doing though. A compel doesn't, I think, make sense. I guess I'll do a compel roll. I'm gonna lie. You know what? I should be lying more. And be like, I'll be like, hey, I've been sent here. Let me think about this for a second. Let me think of a good lie to tell this secretary. Because if I lie, I can use shadow, and because I'm a scoundrel, I can get +2. So I'm gonna be rolling with like +5. I just gotta think of what my lie is that I tell the secretary about why I need to see Badger. I'll just say I'm gonna do a part. You know, the best kind of lies out there are the ones that have a grain of truth. So I'm gonna say I'm an investigator here on Pinnacle, and there was an incident recently with someone named Badger. And I'm investigating, which is kind of true. I'm not an investigator on Pinnacle. I need to know if this individual has been admitted to the hospital, as I need to question them. Badger's fiance. That's a good one. No, I'm gonna do it with I like that, but I'm gonna go with a partial lie that you know, I'm an investigator here on Pinnacle, like investigating his ship disappearing, which is kind of, it's not true. It's a lie, but it's there's some partial truth in there. I'm gonna go with that and see what the secretary tells me. See if they buy my lie. Oh God, it's a weak hit. Okay, they'll do what you want, but their agreement comes with a demand or complications. Envision their counter offer. Take +1 momentum. Okay, no, wait. Okay, yeah, I'm investigating Badger. I'm also married to them. I like it. We can roll with that. I just dropped that bomb at the end. I'm like, yeah, they're in trouble, and I'm here to investigate, and they're also my fiance. Not to brag. What could they want me to do? Let me do an oracle, remove, and world. Whoa, okay. Maybe roll up another focus besides world. Remove creature. So the demand or complication of remove creature. I don't want to fight. Don't make me fight. What if it's okay? What if creature is just their mean way of like calling like a person that? Like, what if they have an unruly? Oh, what if they have a? Oh, okay, I like this. What if they're like, I'll tell you what you need to know if you help me with a situation. We have a stubborn patient in room 103 down the hall that we've told them they're healthy. We fixed them up, but they don't want to leave. They keep claiming they're sick, even though we've done everything we can. If you can convince them to leave, I'll tell you what you need to know. And I'm like, okay. So I'm going to go down the hall and do another compel, and I'm going to lie again because I like lying at this point. And go to this person. Maybe they're also just drunk. Maybe they say they're healthy and that they're just, at this point, they're just drunk. But I go in the room and I'm like, listen, be like, hello, sir. I'm from the hospital. I'm here to tell you that we got a report that your house is being broken into, has been broken into. And they need you home right away, and that you're healthy and you could go home. That's just, none of that's true. So they are healthy, but the house being broken into is a lie. They'll do what I want, take +1 momentum. They're like, what? My house is and free booze. I'll be like, and there's free booze. It's a good idea. I like these little like things I sprinkle on at the end. They're like, your house is broken into. They're like, I don't care. And there's free booze. And they're like, okay, I'm out. They kind of slowly get up from the hospital bed and kind of just, I don't know, drag themselves down the hall and out, and I kind of follow them out and look at the secretary, and I'm like, well, I did my job. They're like, fine, I'll tell you what you need to know about your fiance. And I'm like, great. So I'm gonna do some yes no questions. Is Badger here? I think it's unlikely, but I still want to leave it possible. I also think, you know, even if he is here, maybe he's not in his room and he gets like kidnapped, he's gone missing. But is Badger at the hospital? I'm gonna go with unlikely. This is a big question. Oh, no. Is Badger here? He is not. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Was he here? I'm gonna go with unsure. Exceptional, yes. Okay, what is the exception? I'm gonna do maybe a descriptor and a focus roll. What's so exceptional? That's not subsurface archive, doesn't tell me anything. Maybe we go like, what's theme? What's action and theme? I don't know what to roll, but I want to uncover crime. So Badger was here, isn't here anymore. Uncover crime. Did the Badger get kidnapped from the hospital? That could be something. I mean, regardless, we're starting to we're on his trail. I'm marking progress. Badger was confirmed to be at the hospital. Not only Badger was there, he really needed medical treatment, and now reporting the ship stolen? Oh, I see. Uncover crime. Maybe he went to go investigate who stole the ship, but it looked like it was his dad. Maybe he doesn't remember? Okay, well, let me... I guess I'm gonna just straight up ask another yes/no question. Did Badger leave? Or was he like kidnapped? I don't know. Did Badger leave? I think we'll go with very likely that he left on his own accord. No. So maybe uncover crime is that they're saying that essentially Badger was admitted, brought in from someone on the dock, and then just disappeared. No one, he didn't leave, he just disappeared. That seems a little crazy though. Would a hospital not have like cameras? Do y'all not have camera? Y'all not have phones? What's going on here? Do you have cameras here at the hospital? I guess I'm gonna go with likely. There's no shot they don't have cameras at the hospital. They do have cameras. So did the cameras not show what happened? If a patient goes missing, I feel like you'd check the cameras. But maybe the cameras were like the footage was wiped. Maybe this is a whole operation, or maybe the cameras just didn't show. Like they don't have cameras everywhere and it just didn't show. We can maybe do another, like, I don't even know. I want to roll another Oracle. Maybe like a descriptor. I can do like a descriptor focus. Corrupted world. Maybe just the footage got corrupted. Oh my god, tech problems, man. They haunt me even in RPGs. This is corrupted world. So maybe something happened all over Pinnacle, like some sort of like there was some space electrical storm that affected a lot of the electronics here on Pinnacle, and that includes the backups for their recordings that they had. So he was there. I guess, what did I ask? Did I say that did he leave? He was taken. It could be the police to file the report, but I mean, I really think, I guess I haven't gone, but there's no, the thing is, I really don't think there's like an actual police. This place has no authority. It's lawless. So I really think kind of anything goes here. And there might be some sort of like local police force, but there's really not a big law presence here. I think there's a good chance he was here, but then was kidnapped. I might mark progress. So like we know he was here. I marked progress for that, and then the fact is he's not here anymore. I'm gonna mark progress again. I'm doing it. We need to get this quest done. I think I'm gonna ask one more question. I'll be like, what room were they in? I want to go investigate, see if I can find clues. I think this is a very valid reason to use gather information. Actually do like a searching for clues. I think this is the first time I'm actually using it for this purpose. And they probably say, yeah, sure, it was within the last few days, so it's probably pretty recent. Maybe they're not super active, so they have the room is still empty, and I go check it out. Maybe I'll ask a few questions using plus heart to get some more information about anything else they know about his disappearance. But I've already gathered a lot. I'm just gonna, yeah, cool. So I asked them like, what room are they in? No more cameras, anything else they know, maybe someone who maybe saw them. And then I go into the room and I'm gonna do a gather information to look for clues about anything I can find that would maybe tell me who kidnapped him and what happened. So I will add +1 to this roll. Do I get... I gather information in the course of the investigation, roll 3 challenge dice. I should have been doing this a lot more, I think. I kind of forgot about this part. Roll 3 challenge dice and choose 2 of them. I haven't been doing that like at all this session. I've been doing a lot of gathering information, so that's on me for not knowing one of my 3 paths. Let's do it. None of them match, but I only rolled a 4 total, so regardless, it's gonna be a weak hit. But I could burn momentum to make it a strong hit, and I think I will. I discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, then take +2 momentum. Okay, so I find something helpful and specific. Taking like a piece of cloth or something like that. Maybe a fingerprint. I don't know. Let me do like a descriptor and focus, see what I find. Empty portal. Okay, let me do something other than portal. Empty portal again. 1 in 100 shot of that happening. Can we get a portal again? No. Empty grave. That's not very helpful. Empty outbreak. Empty time. I'm just gonna keep rolling a focus till it makes sense. Dang it. Or maybe I do another descriptor. I like empty faction. That also doesn't. Let me do another descriptor, maybe. Empty grim. Oh, the music stopped. Okay, empty and grim. Maybe, you know, the room is bare. But maybe in like one corner by the bed, I find a bit of blood on the ground. How do I know if it's whose it is? I guess I can, maybe they could scan it here and try to get some info on it. I'm gonna go back up to the secretary and I say, hey, there's some blood in Badger's room under like the nightstand that was like in a corner. It was kind of tucked away so they maybe didn't see it at first. I'm gonna ask if I give you, could you figure out who that blood belongs to? Is that a thing you all can do? I think it's very likely. It's a hospital. We're in sci-fi land. Like, come on. They're like, yeah. I mean, if it's somebody on Pinnacle, we have records of it, most people. So when they get admitted, like their blood goes through a blood database. So yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, great. Please scan the blood. And can I get like a way to get a sample of it? They can be able to like eyedropper. So I go to the blood sample, get a sample of it, bring it to them. I'm like, run this through the scanner, baby. So they say, all right, this doesn't take long. I'll be back in a minute. And they come back and they have a piece of paper in their hand. I'm like, well, is it Badger's blood? And I'm gonna go with, you know what, I'm just gonna say no, it's not, because I discovered something that's helpful and specific, and knowing it's Badger's blood is not helpful and specific. So I'm not even gonna ask the question. We're just gonna say it's somebody's blood. It belongs to somebody by the code name of Valkyrie. Yo, okay. We're all, this case is almost done. I'm like, okay. Do you have any information on them besides who they are? I think probably not. Like, they don't know like who they are specifically. No, they're like, nope, we just have a name, a call sign that's associated with. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's a huge help. It's good enough for me. I'm gonna mark progress. We have all, so Badger's missing. We just gotta find this Valkyrie, and that's almost certainly who kidnapped them, because clearly they came to try to kidnap Badger. There was a bit of a fight, but eventually this Valkyrie won and kidnapped Badger. So I will create a new scene to find Valkyrie. And this I think is gonna be I mean, we're on like the last box of this investigation. So this is gonna be it. This has gotta be it. Find Valkyrie. I keep wanting to say Valkyrie. There's a streamer I watch called Valkyrie. Okay. We are in control. I'm saying the chaos factor is going down. That was a great last scene at the hospital. We lied to the secretary. We lied to the drunk person, got them out. We got a strong hit when looking for information. We got a name with blood at the crime scene. So now we just need to do an investigation to find Valkyrie. So I'm gonna do a scene alteration check, as the expected scene is just hunt around Pinnacle to find Valkyrie and confront them. Uh-oh. Scene is altered. How is the scene altered? I'm gonna do like a core oracle of action and maybe focus. Right? Action and theme. We'll go action theme. Resist secret. What could that mean? Because I feel like the scene is altered. I haven't even done the roll for the investigation, so I feel like I haven't even really started asking people yet. That's just like what I was planning on doing. And something, I guess maybe it's altered, so I can still maybe make the roll for the investigation, and maybe I find someone that knows something but they don't want to tell me. It's a secret. They're resisting telling me. I think that's maybe a fair interpretation of that. So I'm gonna try to secure advantage first. I have a working cell phone. I'll see if I can find any information on the local interwebs about a Valkyrie. I succeed, take +2 momentum and a +1 on the next hit. Oh, we are gonna figure this out. And then I do a gather information. This is related to my thing. I roll 3 challenge dice and I get a +1 because of my thing. Let's see what we get. That's bad. That's just a miss. No matter how I shake it. I rolled an 8, a 7, 8, and a 9. I rolled 3 dice and I rolled just, it's not technically the worst, but it's still gonna be a miss. Unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest, which I already think this ties into the resist secret. Well, I just want to solve this case. This is my first case and it's tough as heck. It's already kind of complicated. I kind of want to get out of Pinnacle, but at the same time, I'm liking that we're learning a lot about it, so I don't know. Coming around to it. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. Oops, I just messed up my mic arm. Now we're chill. Okay. Your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth. I mean, I think this resist secret was going to tie in regardless, but I think with a miss is that, like, maybe if it was a strong hit, we know that someone does know about them. Maybe we just kind of hit a lot of dead ends, and it seems like it's a person that no one wants to talk about, even if they do know them. They either just say no and they're like lying, or they say no and they just actually don't know. But it's just coming up dead ends. No one's telling me anything. Some people look like they're lying, but I can't do much to get it out of them, maybe. We'll say, okay, what the last person we talked to, we go back to the bartender, Vertigo, be like, do you know a Valkyrie? And they're like, no. And we'll say that's the resist secrets. They say no, I have to pay the price. Maybe I'm starting to lose momentum as this investigation is dragging on. I'm gonna compel. I'm gonna do a compel. I'm gonna say, listen. I'm gonna say, listen. And I was gonna use the fiance line again, but what if they're actually like have a fiance and then that lie would just fall apart? I'll be like, here's the thing about this Valkyrie. I keep wanting to say Valkyrie. Valkyrie did me a favor a while back, and I want to repay the favor, but I need to find them to repay the favor. That's what I tell Vertigo. I'm like, I'm just asking, I just want to pay my debt back. That's all I want. Will you help me find them? Who are they? I'm gonna lie. That's a strong hit. On a strong hit, they'll do what you want. Take +1 momentum. Cypher would know if Badger has a fiance. Right, but I'm talking about this Valkyrie. I don't know if they have a I don't know if they have a fiance, and I think if I were to say I was their fiance and then they actually do have one, like that lie could fall apart real fast. Who knows? So I'm not going to use the fiance line this time, but I'll just say, yeah, I'm looking to pay a favor back. Valkyrie did a favor for me, and I'm just trying to repay the favor. They're a friend, you could say. And Vertigo's like, fine. I'm not supposed to talk about that much, but fine. The one I think I want to know is, does Vertigo say, are they a part of the Wreckers? I think it's either I'm gonna go with likely. I think it's either they're part of the Wreckers or part of the dock workers, one of the two. I think it's probably very likely that they're part of the Wreckers. No, they're just a dock worker that helps the Wreckers that wanted to get rid of Badger. I also think, I mean, it should be, we still don't know what the deal is with, was it Zephyr? Was it a Zephyr lookalike? But once again, that doesn't matter right now. This Valkyrie is somebody that broke into the hospital and kidnapped Badger to keep them quiet. Maybe about something. Get a quick sip of water. So, okay. They're a dock worker. Do they tell me where I can find them? I think, yeah, I got a strong hit for the compel, so they tell me who they are and where I can find them. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. They say actually maybe that this Valkyrie is, I'm at the bar, the Drunken Boot, that maybe they kind of frequent this bar from time to time, and that if I wait around, they might show up. And so I wait. I get a description of what they look like. I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait. And wait at the bar. And after a while, I see what they show up. All right, this is gonna be my best lie yet. So I go up to Vertigo. I get a drink, 2 drinks. I go to Valkyrie's table that she sat down at. I'm guessing it. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying there, she. And I say, you know, I go up and introduce myself. I'm like, Valkyrie. And they kind of look up. They're like, who's asking? I'm like, it's like, my name's Cypher. Brought you a drink. Do you have a minute to chat? They probably like hesitantly allow me to chat, and that's a big mistake. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say, essentially, I think my lie is gonna be that I was sent here. I'll say I'm part of the records on Freya, and I was sent here to get Badger from you. I'm here to transport Badger off of Pinnacle. That's gonna be my lie. Let's see if it sticks. Please, this is like the one roll that really has to go well, and I roll 1, even though it's a weak hit. Okay, they'll do what you want or agree to your conditions, but their agreement comes with a demand or complication. Vision their counter offer and take +1 momentum. Okay, I thought it was a miss. That's why I really freaked out for a second. I'm really freaked out, man. If I had just 1 more momentum, I could have just done a strong hit there. That sucks. So they'll do what you want and agree to your conditions, but their agreement comes with a cost or complication. So I think this confirms that Valkyrie does have Badger, and they're gonna hand him over alive, apparently. But what's the complication? What's when we roll up an Oracle? But I think it's either, I like the idea that it's either, I'd say I'm transporting them back to Freya, that either A, they want me to transport someone else along with them that wants to hitch a ride, or B, they want me to like smuggle in some drugs or something. But it could be something else. Maybe we'll do like an action theme roll. Let's see. Weaken and debt. Or it could just be something simple like that they, you know, because of Badger, they've lost a lot of money. And if I want to take him, it's going to cost me. And maybe I just completely drain my supply. But then they'll hand over Badger. I think that's a fair thing to say. So I'm going to do that. I just completely drain my supply, give her all the credits in my pocket, dump them on the table. I'm like, that's all I got. Is that enough? And she's like, sure. The condition is one of the men has to come. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't know. I rolled up the Oracle for weaken debt. That's kind of, I don't know. But I do like that idea. That would complicate things kind of a lot. That like Badger would have to play it cool that we don't know each other and that I'm part of the wreckers and that he's being transported and kind of keep up the story the whole time. But I don't know, maybe we could do that. I think that's more interesting than just me paying credits, so we can go with that. Um, she's like, okay, I'll take you to him. And so we finish our drinks. We get up, and she takes me to a random back room, and we find Badger. And I'm gonna just roll to complete. I'd marked progress. I'm gonna roll to make to complete this quest. What is this? So fulfill your iron vow. I'm rolling the challenge dice. There might be more to do, and maybe a complication comes up at the end, but I hope not. Bro, a complication comes up at the end. Your vow is fulfilled, but there's more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. I mean, is it just that this person needs transported? But I'm gonna accidentally become part of the wreckers by just pretending to be part of the wreckers. That sucks. I rolled a 10. I hit all 10 boxes and I rolled a that sucks. That sucks. So I mean, me transporting somebody, it was already part of the previous thing, so something else has come up. But there is more to be done than you realize, or you realize the truth of your. This is, or you realize the truth of your. This is tough. Hello there, Christopher. Happy Sunday to you too. Didn't know you're streaming earlier than I was expecting today. Yes. Yeah, I think I may have. I don't know. I made an announcement on my Discord, and I guess I talked about it a little bit last stream. But yeah, now I'm starting to stream earlier on Sundays now. I'm starting 2 p.m. my time, which is basically 3 hours earlier than I normally started, just because it works a little bit better for my schedule. And I also know, like, I have people across the pond that you know, like UK and whatnot, that watch me, so it's a little bit more like EU friendly and whatnot. How goes it? It's going well. We're pretty much, we've found Badger. We just kind of fulfilled our vow, but apparently we've got a weak hit, so there's a little bit more that needs done. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you. You know, I think we need to get rid of this person at some point. That's gonna be tough. But I think that's gonna be the complication. It's like, because if not, it's gonna probably make matters worse, and they're gonna start becoming wise to it. Let me ask. So I'm gonna say I have to swear another iron vow. What am I gonna swear an iron vow to, like, take out this person? It says, okay, let me read. Okay, your vow is fulfilled, but there's more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. I mean, maybe we could figure out, like, once I start chatting with Badger, if it really was Zephyr or not that kidnapped him, or that took his ship and whatnot, that knocked him out. I mean, that could be the case. I don't know. It's tough. I think regardless, I don't know. This is tough. So let me think. So we show up, Badger's there. I'm gonna immediately, the second I see Badger, I need to compel them. I'm gonna lie to them, even though they're gonna be able to see through my lie. No. Okay, it's a strong hit, even though I rolled a 1. So, like, the second I see Badger, I'm like, before he can even talk, like, he starts to open his mouth, like, he recognizes me and is gonna say, like, my name, and I'm just like, Badger, I'm with the wreckers, you're coming with me to Freya. I just kind of say that, like, immediately, just to beat him to the punch, and he just, like, kind of stares at me for a second and, like, nods his head without saying much. Like, he kind of gets what's going on. He's picking up what I'm putting down. And so we have someone else tagging along. Okay, let's maybe roll up an NPC for Valkyrie's companion. Where's my character list right now? We got Bandit, We're gonna keep them. Vertigo, maybe we'll keep Brick. I don't think we need to keep. Actually, Vertigo will probably get rid of too, because I want to. I mean, I guess we can keep both. I guess we can have a lot of characters. Bring a bunch of people in, because I want to add Valkyrie and this new person, Valkyrie. And let's roll up a quick character for this Valkyrie's like underling that's coming along. Spider. Weary and wanting with the role of an outcast. Okay. So let me add them to the NPCs real fast. And then we'll figure out kind of how to deal with this weak hit. I don't know. Yeah, the dealing with Spider is already was part of the agreement. So it has to be some, I mean, it could be, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. First, look. Weary. Disposition. Wanting. And roll is outcast. Them being an outcast is interesting. Maybe they're not actually part of like the wreckers and is somebody that just needs like another prisoner that needs transported. That'd be kind of stupid of them to give me 2 prisoners, even though I'm not part of their organization at all. That'd be funny. So let me reread this. Your vows fulfilled, but there's more to be done, or you've realized the truth of your quest. I think there's just more to be done. Yeah, it was because of this weak hit that I already had to bring someone along. Maybe I have to swear a vow to Valkyrie to do something with this person. What could that be? Let me get like an action. Like, do they just need? Yeah, I don't know. They're going to Freya to avenge. Mechanism? No. I go with theme. Avenge their innocence, and they need help with that. So, help. Spider. Avenge. Innocence. I mean, as an investigator, that's something I could probably do. That maybe that. Okay, and they're an outcast, so this actually works really well. That Spider was part of the wreckers on Freya, then they became an outcast because something happened where they were no longer welcome on Freya with the wreckers there. But Valkyrie wants me to help because Spider says they're innocent, so they want me to help avenge their innocence. That's the quest. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And then I will swear this quest. Swear an iron vow. Plus heart. Yikes, that's gonna be a weak hit, right? Weak hit, you're determined, but begin request with more questions than answers. Take +1 momentum, vision your path forward. So I feel like we just need to figure out what happened and maybe we can chat with them on the way there. Okay, so I'm like, well, let's get going. So I have Spider help me bring Badger to my ship. Oh, also, let me mark progress. Hold on. So, troublesome, it's dangerous. This is formidable, right? Yeah, I get a whole box on my Val track, right? This is formidable. This is complete. That's done. So that's like a whole box. That's huge. We get XP. We get to level up stuff. Oh, this is good times. Okay, so I have Spider help me bring Badger to my ship. We all load up. I don't know. I have Spider maybe go go to some other part of the ship, be like, can you go man the guns in the back for me in case something happens, and I'll keep an eye on Badger up front here in the cockpit, just so like I can have some time alone with Badger to ask him some questions. So Spider kind of goes to the back, like, so good to see you, Badger. Like, we were, Zephyr was so worried about you, yada yada yada. And Badger probably was really happy to see me too. And I'm like, so what happened? I saw a video of you getting knocked out by someone that looks like your dad. So my question is, does Badger remember getting knocked out? I'm gonna go with unlikely. Yeah, we'll go with unsure. I don't know. Does he remember getting knocked out? No. So he doesn't even know if it was someone that just looked like Zephyr or if it was Zephyr. That's interesting. I'm like, well, I show him the picture. I'm like, that looks like your dad, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh god, okay. So this is still fun. So we still don't know. Even though I found Badger, since he got knocked out, he doesn't really remember. His memory's hazy. It was a bit dark in there, so he doesn't really know if it was his dad or not. Oh, this is fun. Okay. I guess the other question is, we can kind of narrow down, because we had like two options earlier, that either if it is Zephyr himself, we have the option that A, Zephyr is heavily involved with the Wreckers and doesn't want Badger meddling in their stuff, or the opposite end of the spectrum is that Zephyr is absolutely against the Wreckers and Badger has started to like work with them. He was trying to like kind of save him in a roundabout way. I think it's more interesting and more likely that it's the first option, that Zephyr might be heavily involved with the Wreckers and wanted Badger to stop meddling in their business. So I'm gonna ask, this is gonna be a big question. So I'll be like, are you helping the Wreckers? I'm gonna go with very unlikely, but it's a chaos factor of 3. Lots can still change. Are you helping / working with the Wreckers, Badger? No. He's not. So I think if, once again, big if it is Zephyr themselves, it really seems like that they could be heavily involved or have some incentive that they didn't want Badger messing with the Wreckers. And Badger has been like meddling around too much. So this is interesting. This is getting a little spicy. Okay. So we're gonna do a new scene to fly back to Freya. Did a little exposition here. Whoops, I didn't mean to. We'll just cut that. Scene 7. Great. Were we in control last scene? I would say so. Well, it was kind of chaotic. Like, we found Badger, but we took some convincing, and then we got stuck with this, and we have another iron valve. Maybe I'll put the chaos factor back up a little. And real quick, so I have 2 XP. I'm going to double check the rules, but I think I forget how upgrading your character works. I believe it's 3 XP gets you a new asset, 2 upgrades. Maybe I'm thinking that backwards. Let me see. Spending experience. For the advanced move, it costs 2 experience to upgrade, 3 to buy a new one. Okay, I think I had that backwards. So 2 to upgrade, 3 to buy a new one. I have to do the advanced move? Is that like an actual move I have to roll on? Okay. Maybe I could, like I said, I kind of want to save up for a new path, but maybe I want to get one of these upgraded. Let me quickly look through this. So Sleuth, and I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure when you upgrade an asset, you can kind of upgrade it in any order. Like, it's not like I have to go the second one and then this third one. Option 2 says when you make a move to avoid detection as you put a person or place under surveillance add +1, take +1 momentum on a hit. That's pretty decent. When you make a connection with a potential informant, you may, instead of rolling, take an automatic weak hit. That one's okay. I feel like I use Scoundrel a lot, so I kind of want to maybe do something with that. I was doing a lot of Lion. When you make a connection to search out for a new contact, you may roll +shadows. If you do, reroll any dice on a miss. Envision how your reputation of the underworld contacts leads you to a disreputable connection. Okay. Or when I make a quick escape or con your way out of a situation and burn momentum to gain a strong hit, take +1 momentum after you reset. That one's okay. What was Infiltrator? You face danger or secure an advantage to establish a false identity, add +1. That one's pretty good. On a hit, you may add +1 when using an identity or to deceive or influence others. Or I can check for a specific device. I might just save my XP till I can buy a new asset, I think. But those are pretty cool. I'm happy with mine. Okay. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think I'm going to wrap up there. Yeah, I'm going to put a pause on it. I think this is a good spot that we're about to... Because we have like whatever these are called, like the passageways. So getting back to Freya should only take like a single roll. But then we have more to figure out about being suspicious of Zephyr and figuring out what's going on there. We now have to help Spider avenge their innocence, which here's the thing. I could try to kill Spider or get rid of them or whatever. But that would now, I've sworn an Iron Vow, so that'd make me forsake an Iron Vow. But I also think, you know what, at this point, why not help them? I'd rather be in the good graces of the Wreckers and keep putting up a persona that maybe I am in the Wreckers, and that'll help build my credit up, right? That's like, oh, if I actually do help Spider and that gets back to Valkyrie, then she'll know I'm legit, right? And will be more maybe helpful for me in the future. Like, I think that's not, as long as helping Spider isn't like a horrible thing, then I'm gonna do it to help try to get on the good side of the Wreckers. Not to actually like help them, but just to, you know, if I need their help in the future, then I've already kind of gotten in, right? So I think I'm gonna go through with that. We did a little bit of our background vow, one tick. We have a new connection of Bandit, but you know, we'll figure out more with them. Maybe next time we return to Pinnacle, which I feel like we've already fleshed out a ton on Pinnacle, so I can see us coming back pretty often. I mean, we know that the Wreckers are very active on there. I think they're active on Freya, but probably not as active. We have a ton. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 NPCs. Well, Spider's kind of leaving now, but yeah, it's a lot of NPCs. Lots of stuff that's happened, and we found Badger, and they're alive. What a day! What a couple of days. But this is already, I think it's a really fun starting quest, and I'm really happy with how it ended, and very curious to see, you know, was it Zephyr that took the ship? And if it was, then what was, you know, it seems like then they're probably working with the Wreckers themselves. And maybe now that I have a bit of an in with the Wreckers, maybe I can get some insider info. Who knows? Don't I have to hand over Badger to the faction? I don't think so. I think I just told her that I was, yeah, I mean, I guess, kind of. No, because I don't think so. Because I told Valkyrie that I was from Freya's, like, Wreckers faction, that I needed to transport them, but the people on Freya don't know Badger's coming and maybe don't know anything. Spider's gonna be the only issue, but I think if I tell Spider, like, oh, I'm personally dealing with Badger, then as long as I lie to them, it might be kind of okay, at least for the time being. But that is something I'm gonna have to be concerned about. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess that is something I have to, as long as I lie to Spider and they're happy with whatever I tell them, I think I'll be okay, because the people on Freya don't know I'm bringing Badger, and as long as Valkyrie thinks I'm doing it, then we're maybe gonna be okay. I don't know. I think it's okay. Hopefully, surely. but yeah, I'm pretty happy with all this. This was a very fun first quest. I feel like it really has set up a lot for this series to go on. Handing him over to the other base. Well, that's what I told her, but that was a lie, right? Like, that's a lie. But if word gets back to Valkyrie that Badger didn't show up, yeah, that's not going to be good. But I don't know. I'll have to maybe, you know, figure out exactly how that's going to pan out. But yeah, I mean, I did lie to her. I'm not part of the Wreckers. They didn't. People in the Wreckers on Freya don't need Badger. They don't know I'm transferring him. So I don't know, maybe I think the lie will easily catch up to me, but as long as I'm fine for the time being, I'll be okay. Who knows? But yeah, I will. Oh, okay. To the other, yeah, I think like I said, as long as I think Spider buys my lie and Valkyrie doesn't inquire about where Badger is, like, I don't know. I think it could be okay. It's just gonna take a lot more lying. So I really think I maybe need to like keep on my my scoundrel asset. But yeah. But yeah, I've been really happy with how the series is going so far and how this episode went. And I think we have a lot set up for next time. So I'm basically going to be returning to this basically next month. So I'm doing 2 videos a month for each playthrough. So yeah, at the start of February will be my next 2 videos. So it'll be a while, and then I won't be doing a stream for this next month. I'm going to be doing 2 playthrough series. I'm doing Starforged and I'm doing a board game series that I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet. And I'm gonna be alternating doing streams. I have like a whole, it sounds complicated. I got like a picture of the schedule. It makes sense in my head, but basically it'll be like a couple weeks before I return to this again. So it'll give me time to think about how this is gonna unfold next. And yeah, if you haven't caught up on any past episodes, I mean, I've only done 2 so far, so it gives you time to catch up, but you wouldn't, I don't think you would be getting to this part if you hadn't. But yeah, I'm super happy to return to Starforged. It's genuinely one of my favorite RPGs, and I've been having a lot of fun so far. I really think playing a space investigator is going to be a lot of fun, and so far it has been. So that's where we're going to kind of wrap it up for today. Before I hop out of here, I will be quickly teasing out what's coming up on the schedule for the next week. So we got some stuff. We got some fun stuff coming up, if I do say so myself. So like I said, Soul Gaming Sundays are now going to start 3 hours earlier than they normally do. So it's 2 p.m. Eastern time is when I'm starting them. But, you know, once again, if you're in the Discord, I post my schedule in the schedule channel. I post pretty much a month in advance. So I have all of January's schedule there. And I have it set up so it does like a local timestamp. So it shows you in your local time zone what times and days everything will be. So check out the Discord if you want a more accurate schedule for your time zone. And if you're not in the Discord, then feel free to join. It's in the description. You can also do !Discord to get a link. I think Nightbot has been posting a link as well. I also just, I post whenever I go live and all that good stuff. So next, and the other scheduling changes, I'm doing 2 videos a week. So next video, I got 2 videos coming out. First one I'm pretty excited about is I'm doing a tier list for tabletop RPGs I've played. So for the past 2 years, I've done a Pub Meeple ranking of games I've played in my collection, kind of ranking them against each other. This year, I still wanted to kind of keep doing that, a yearly kind of ranking video, but I'm doing something a little bit different and doing a tier list. So the first of those videos will be dropping with TTRPG coming next week on Tuesday. But if you're a tier 2 member, you're getting that video tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And then on Thursday, I will be playing Foursquare, which is the final game in the Isoluto collection that I have yet to cover on the channel. So I'll be playing that, a new solitaire 52 card game. And that'll be, that's a pretty fun one, I think. And next Solo Gaming Sunday I'll be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be trying out for the very first time PUM, P-U-M, which stands for Plot Unfolding Machine. And actually the author/creator of the Plot Unfolding Machine reached out to me and told me that they had made an app that you can use the Plot Unfolding Machine with. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a mythic type thing. It's a way to help facilitate solo role playing. I haven't used it too much, but I'm going to be trying it out this next week and getting a little bit more comfortable with it. And I'm going to be using that next week to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Could be returning to that little game, that little indie game that you may or may not have heard of. I haven't played D&D in a while, and I figured this might be a fun one to return to with. So that's what's coming up this week is TTRPG list tier list coming out on Tuesday/tomorrow. Foursquare, which is the last Isoludo card game, coming out Thursday or Wednesday if you're a tier 2 member. And the next Sunday will be Plot Unfolding Machine with Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, returning to that little old game. So that's all that. And while I'm talking schedule wise, I kind of mentioned that I'm gonna start up another playthrough series. I'm gonna be, I've already started Starforged, and that's been fun and great. But I want to do another playthrough series. And specifically, I want it to be like a board game playthrough series. And I might I might do a poll in my Discord because I'm still very undecided on what I want to do. But if any of y'all in chat have any suggestions, I'll list out my current options that I've been deciding between on what kind of board game playthrough series I do. So right now I'm thinking either I return to Arkham Horror, the living card game, and do a campaign of that. I play some Bullet Heart and do a challenge, like I play one character against every boss in the game. Playing Gaia Project, playing as each faction, trying to get a win with each faction, something like that. Playing For Northwood, trying to beat the Quiet Year campaign type thing. Returning to Jump Drive, playing through the solo campaigns. Playing Sky Team, doing the solo mode through each airport. Or Twilight Inscription, getting a win with each faction. So those are my current ideas of just board game playthroughs that I think I could do with the games that I currently have. So let me know. You can either leave as a comment, or if you're in chat right now and feel strongly about any of those, I may also, like I said, I think I probably will do a poll. Maybe I'll put it up tomorrow on my Discord about what people would want to see. Because I could go for pretty much any of those. I mean, it's been a while since I played Arkham. Bullet Heart I really enjoy. Gaia Project is one I enjoyed and haven't played enough. For Northwood is a good one. Jump Drive I love. Sky Team is really fun. Solo mode's all right, and I think it'd be fun to just play through the campaign or the airports. Twilight Inscription is another great game that I just don't get to the table enough. So I'm deciding between all those, but essentially not next week, but the week after, I'll be doing 2 videos of whatever series I decide on that. So still undecided, but I'll have to decide within the next week. So let me know if any of those sound interesting to you, and maybe I'll check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping up here. Let me put on some music. There we go. All right, I'm gonna wrap up there for this Solo Gaming Sunday. So thank you all so much for watching and coming and hanging out and chatting and watching the adventures of Cypher the Space Detective, saving the day and figuring out where the heck Badger went. Man, what a story it has been. So if you enjoyed this stream, a like is always greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see ya. Have a good week, everybody. Go solve a mystery. Surely it won't end with just lots of conspiracies unfolding. It's okay to be a human full of doubt. Listen, this is the condition that we all living in, and as the world keeps spinning round and round, we just trying to fit in. But at the same time, we try to be outstanding. Hold on to our truth and hope that we stick to landing. And as we